looking to capitalize on. I don't know what other skills Honest Jim would have that would have stuck out to the group, but suddenly the presence of this new youngin' James has given y'all ideas how you might be able to capitalize on that. So I'll leave it up to you.
How about getting him in on a aristocrat-only high-stakes poker game on a riverboat?
Ooh, yeah. I was thinking about riverboat gambling too. That's good.
Love it. Riverboat. I'm going to say riverboat in New York City.
All right.
All right.
The big city.
On the Hudson.
How?
Ha!
So I've got 2 revolvers, right?
Yep. One for each of you.
What about a back gun? Like a big old, underneath the trench coat. Is that a thing? Can I do that?
Double barrel shotgun.
Sure.
Okay.
However, you are in New York City, so it's not as okay to be like open carrying around these days. But the world's a strange place. And if you had a sufficient person who could talk you into places and maybe explain you away as hired help or muscle, might be able to get you in places even that heavily armed.
Good.
This is a private game after all.
Good. I'd like to look at the weapons, please, sir.
But being ambidextrous, that's good for you because it helps with your multi attack, right?
Yeah, I don't take a hindrance or whatever when I shoot with my offhand. He ignores offhand penalties.
So normally, if you shoot with your offhand, I think it's a -2.
Yeah.
And that's just, so if you're holding 2 guns, if you shoot with your left or whatever your offhand is, it's -2 just to shoot once with your offhand. You don't have that. If you decide to shoot twice, like once with both guns, you still have the multi-attack penalty, which is -2 each.
Yeah.
Or -4 if you decide to shoot 3 times.
Gotcha. But
So,
I wouldn't have a -2, -4. I'd have a -2, -2.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And which is, as far as like reloading matters too. Yeah, gives you doubles the number of bullets you have before you have to reload. Oh, you might want to buy a speed loader or 2.
I don't know what that is, but I'm going to buy one.
Check it out. So normally to reload a revolver is a complex action where you have to reload like each chamber singularly. A speed loader is basically a little cylinder which matches up exactly to the cylinder of your revolver, so you can flip out your cylinder, slap the speed loader right on top, and just push all the bullets right in. Usually there's a button right on the back where you just push the button down and it pushes all 6 of the bullets in at once.
Shut up and take my money.
Yeah, man. I want a few of those.
You just need.
170.
So basically, each time you load your gun, you need to put one in.
Pop unlock.
The speed load cylinder.
There's something like, it's like basically a magazine, so you would have it preloaded ahead of time. So however
Reload the cylinder. Okay.
Yeah, you can reload like all 6 of your bullets fast, basically, instead of having to reload just like a couple bullets at a time.
Gotta go fast.
I don't know what the mechanics are exactly for it, but I know it helps you with reloading faster.
Sorry, I missed it. What kind of gear can we start with? Do we say that?
I didn't say that.
Okay.
You get nothing.
Stuff you can afford from the Weird West.
Okay.
Deadlands, the Weird West book.
Sounds good.
I think most of the crazy stuff is too expensive for you guys to afford right now, anyways. So. The Weird West. Pop out. Pop out and lock it. Alright, so we're going to be on a riverboat. Make sure your character's all about shooting.
Yeah.
Nice.
And clumsy and bad at lying.
Clumsy and bad at lying.
So glad we made opposite characters. That's so good.
Abe's character can't swim, so don't fall off the boat.
Oh shit, we're on a boat.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I am a brave 2-gun kid who is a doubting Thomas, clumsy, and has lion eyes.
You got lion eyes. Nice.
I'm real bad at lying.
Lion eyes are watching you.
I'm also really bad at poker.
All right. Let's see, speedboat. Speedling. I know it's a thing.
So I'm thinking about the setup for this and kind of just throwing out some ideas. I could see maybe Thaddeus, being a little older and more experienced, maybe he has the connections to this game or people playing in the game. And he kind of puts up James as maybe like the son of a wealthy family, and so that's where the money's coming from. And James is going to be the player in the game, trying to bilk the money off of the other players. And then Penny and Peter can be, the muscle. Maybe try to get them in smuggle them in as some hired help or some other excuse to get them on the boat, just in case, just in case things go south.
Abe, are you Peter?
Yeah,
Are you guys siblings?
Do you also use 2 guns?
I do. Peter Piper, 2 pence.
Do you want to be like twins?
Hell
twinsies?
yes, I do.
Yes, that's awesome.
Peter and Penny?
Peter Penny Pipers.
Annie, do you know how to make the -2 actually work in rolls so it's easier for you to think?
Yeah. Right click it and add a modifier.
Huh. Let's see here. Modifier.
Or is this a skill?
I went under the combat thing.
Combat thing. So under
maybe
your...
oh, here it is. Here it is. I was not clicking the right thing. I am a failure to you.
You're good.
I'm a failure.
You're a failure. You suck so bad. You got it.
2-handed.
Set your offhand. Oh, look, it's making your bullets go down.
Oh shit. Let me reload. Because if I just shoot one, then there's no penalties. But if I'm pulling 2 and I'm shooting both, then I'm just -2 to both. All right, cool.
Correct. But you also should try to remember how many bullets are in each of them.
Oh, good call. All right.
So what you can do under modifiers, you can actually check off whether they're enabled or disabled.
Oh shit! I broke my gun.
You can add a -2 to both of your guns, and then just enable the modifiers if you're shooting 2-handed.
Got you. Pew 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 pew.
Or you can just type -2 in the modifier box real quick before you. That'll
Who
work
are we
too.
kidding? I'm going to shoot with both guns every time.
I mean, that's probably true.
Now that we're going to shoot, I am ready to gamble.
But I mean, you can always just shoot with just one at a time, and then next round shoot with the next one if you want to. All right, I like it. It sounds like we have a plan.
Okay, I have one last question. Why does
Yes.
it say unskilled -2? Is that just anytime I'm not skilled, I just roll that?
Yeah, if I ever call for a skill that you don't have on your list, you roll the unskilled.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm totally ready. My bad. Paying attention.
Oh, good. Has everyone gotten their skills and edges and everything?
I'm just trying to adjust my hindrances to make sure that they are affecting. It looks like they already are, but I am both fat and elderly, so I need to make
Nice.
it wasn't doubling up on the thing. So hold on. Uno momento. +1 children's strength.
I just want to mention, Andy, that one of my hindrances is that I'm hard of hearing. So if it has anything to do with hearing, you just tell me. Just throwing it out there.
Sure.
All right, I think everything is good here.
Nice. That wasn't too bad. Made characters in like half an hour, guys.
Yeah, that was pretty easy.
Oh yeah, that's.
The hardest part was like I had to read all of the hindrances and all of the edges. I wanted to see what they all were.
Nice. All right. So we find ourselves in New York City, the greatest city in the world, called by any who don't live in the South. Sure. The four of you have concocted a plan to get rich. The twins, you're kind of here as muscle. Were you like kind of early members in the group, or are you hired on? Is this really Thaddeus' scheme?
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is Thaddeus' scheme.
Like a retirement kind of plan or something.
Yeah, maybe one last job for old Thaddeus.
Probably the newest, right? I think we're the
Yeah.
newest.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Jim is the one that Thaddeus trusts the most, and he trusted Jim with putting together a crew for this job. He came up with the scheme, but he trusted Jim with putting together the crew.
Sure. So probably Thaddeus and James, you two have been kind of working the gambling system for a little while. As a duo, I would expect maybe going around to several different games and working your way up to higher and higher stake games to build up to this moment where you finally made it with all the big wigs on this riverboat on the what's the river that goes through New York City?
The Thames.
Hudson.
That's the one, the Thames.
That's it. That's it.
That's the one. The Carpathian.
Love it.
So you guys have kind of been working together for a little while, but when it come to this point, you've had some hired help on. You may have had like one or other of the twins with you before to help in maybe some of the seedier games. Just having a gun on hand helps to ease tensions. When just even the threat of a draw sometimes is enough to stay a ill-tempered hand. But now you've made it to this point. You've earned several $100s between the two of you. Actually, probably enough to put down several thousand on this aristocrats game, trying to make it make a big break. Really, the first big take of your young career, James, and maybe the last big take of your career, Thaddeus. So we find ourselves on a vessel named
The Kumquat.
the Kumquat.
Kumquat.
Legendary.
The Carnivorous Kumquat.
Yes.
As the four of you are going on, would you like to? I'll say as you guys are walking onto the boat, time you all reminisce about the time when you first got together, talking about this heist a little bit. So where are you when you first are talking about this heist? Let's.
I feel like, and anybody can jump in at any time. I feel like James just cleaned up from like a back room gambling poker session, high stakes poker session in a kind of dingy saloon, but a higher stakes game. And we are all at the counter of the saloon. James is counting his, his gains, counting his winnings, and buying drinks for the rest of us as he's counting his take. Well done, James, my boy. Well done.
Thank you. That was one for the ages, wasn't it?
You really pulled one over on those poor saps. But this is peanuts, my boy. There's so much more out there for us to take.
I mean, what more? This is like $200. What? How much higher can you go?
$200. James, dear, naive James. These folk are simple folk. Farmers, ranchers, miners. They don't have money. And what money they have, you now possess. We need to go for the big ones. The whales.
Whales?
The ones in the city, back east.
But I mean, $200, you could buy anything. $2. I can't even imagine what more I'd.
Could you buy an estate? James?
I don't know. I mean,
a plantation, perhaps?
How much does that even cost?
Whatever it costs, we'll get it, my boy. We'll retire in comfort, sipping cognac on the back porch as the sun sets. Think about it.
Fried cognac. That sounds good.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. You and your friends here too.
So the
go ahead.
Camera pans over to the twins. What are you guys doing at this saloon? And what do you look like?
Penny's trying to talk Peter into playing the knife stabbing game between your fingers on the bar.
Peter doesn't seem to even hear. He's just kind of looking over. There's a couple of young ladies at the bar. It's kind of rubbing his face. He's a little, he's a little darker, a little bit foreboding. He's like,
what? What's that? What were you saying?
That's the voice I'm going with.
I wasn't paying attention. You want to do what with my hands?
And he kind of cracks them. He sees what she's doing, and he just.
Both of you roll an agility.
Oh shit! About to lose a finger.
Critical fail.
Boom! And then I spin the knife.
Wait, why do I have a -2 on that?
Don't know, because you're encumbered.
Oh my god!
You carry too much stuff, sis. I mean, you gotta be paying attention with that. You get a backpack.
I had a backpack.
I can loan you a couple of bills if you want.
But why am I encumbered?
No, it's fine. I'll spot you a couple bills.
Oh, my guns are real heavy.
Guys, can we stop and get a backpack before we leave?
So you only have a D4 strength.
Keep it on your horse.
You could keep it on your horse.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. That's a good suggestion.
How am I carrying 76 pounds?
Oh, Jesus. That's a lot of stuff in there.
Guns get heavy.
Bedrolls 10.
Bedrolls 10 pounds?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a reason I didn't buy one of those.
Yeah, you gotta put it on your horse. Put it on your horse.
No,
Your
we
rope
don't.
is 8 pounds.
My rope is 8 pounds. This is
Traded in for a
shit.
horse.
Rope is heavy. Canteen is 5 pounds?
What?
Wow.
Why is my canteen
It's full
5
of water.
pounds?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, carrying a couple gallons of water, maybe.
Well, then I
It's
will.
heavy water.
1 gallon of water is 8
Yep.
pounds.
8 pounds.
They always say you're very prepared, Penny. I just always appreciated that about you. You carry your Why you got a bedroll in this saloon? That's strange.
Regardless, you both end with a raise, so you both are evenly matched. Once more
Damn it.
in the game of Mumbly Peg.
You always win, Mumbly Bag. That's really irritating.
That's pretty. I'd say it's probably a pretty even spread between.
Even spread, even.
Carrying 3 pounds of trail rations? Come on.
So some of this stuff, like if it would be in your bag, a lot of that you could just like drop your bag,
Right.
and that would be fine.
So you're just sitting at the bar, just pulling out stuff. That's how I'm doing.
Yeah, like,
Because like
I don't
there's stuff like
need all
your
this.
bedroll, and your rope and canteen
Yeah.
and stuff probably would all be attached to your backpack.
okay.
So like in a pinch, you could just say like as a free action, I want to drop my backpack.
Right.
There's just a risk that like you have to run away without your backpack.
Oh no.
But like most of your goods are probably in your backpack. It's probably very heavy,
Right.
but
But I'm not. Yeah, okay.
also your strength is 4.
Yeah, but come on.
Yeah, I thought about raising that. No.
Not like a voice like this. I'm pretty strong.
So the two of them are over there, and you see James and Thaddeus sort of beckoning you over to the bar, and you're waiting for them to finish counting their dollar bills after the last take.
Now, as I was saying, some of my contacts in New York City told me of a very high stakes poker game on a riverboat.
I've been on a boat before.
Yes, my boy, and we're not talking about farmers and ranchers, we're talking about railroad men, cattle barons, and their
Cattle barons.
Well,
I'd like to beat these guys. Try my hand at this.
You heard that someone from the Hearst family might be there.
Oh.
perhaps a Vanderbilt or two.
Pulitz and Hearst, they think we're nothing.
Are we nothing? But, well, first we'll have to, of course, raise enough money to buy our way in. And as Jim's like kind of fanning through his earnings there, Thaddeus just kind of comes over and plucks it from his hand, stuffs it into his jacket, and we'll have
Hey,
to,
I was gonna buy a drink with that and some smokes.
Oh, yes. He gives you like $10. Ah, yes, and we'll have to spruce you up, my boy. You and your, and he kind of leans over you to look at the twins. Companions.
Sorry. I just realized what was happening.
What's wrong with our clothes, though? I mean, I've always dressed this way. Peter and Penny, well, I've known them for a couple of years now. They're good folk.
This is actually my only outfit. Just throwing it out there.
I'm sure, and I'm also sure of that. He looks at Peter. But these are high-class folk we'll be dealing with. So that's part of the problem. Everything's wrong with the clothes. Everything's wrong with my clothes. A quick trip to the shops with some of our hard-earned cash will take care of that in no time.
Nice. And with that, I think we are going to montage through getting ready for the final heist as we rapid fire through several more gambling games. Shots are thrown back, cards are dealt, and money is stacked up in front of James. The whole while Thaddeus is in the backboard going, oh.
That's what he does.
and talking to people in the background, making sure that everything's smoothed over and James gets where he needs to be, and that everyone knows, of course, exactly the type of person James is and why he should be let into all of these games. The perfect managers. Again, even a little bit farther in the background, as the camera pans out, you see the twins mostly picking their teeth, but every once in a while, like punching someone in the jaw or quick drawing a gun before someone else can, and just shaking their head at whoever it was. As the whole team, nice. As the whole team gallops forward towards the fateful night on the Carnivorous Kumquat. So, on the night of, you find yourselves approaching the docks to the riverboat itself, with many highfalutin people boarding the ship. You see a couple of attendants who are standing there at the bottom of a ramp leading up to the ship itself, who are sort of greeting people, holding lots of hands, and smiling the fakest smiles you've ever seen. As all of these rich people head onto the boat, you see several people who are very well dressed, but still armed guards, you're sure, heading on as well. If you would like to pinpoint exactly who they are, if people are interested or would be looking for those kind of things, I'm going to need a notice roll.
Yeah, I would be keeping my eye out.
Don't tell me what it is right now. Just let me know if you got a success or if you got a raise. And make a note somewhere for later. That's all I need to know. Just write down if you got a success or a raise.
What is a success?
4 is a success. 8 is a raise.
8 is a raise. Okay.
Penny, do you think I look okay in this outfit? I'm not sure if I'm gonna be a little too overdressed.
I'm not paying attention at all.
Peter, you look really, you look good.
Beautiful?
Peter, yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I like that.
Hey, remember last time we were on a boat and you fell over the edge and I had to jump in and save you because you can't swim?
Why can't I bring that up in front of these damn people?
Well, just because if you fall in, somebody's got to jump in and save you, and I already did it, so somebody else can do it this time.
I guess I'm gonna drown. It's fine.
Nah.
So I have a question for you two. 2 questions, one for each of you. Rachel, where are the twins from? Abe, how do you know James?
Oh shit.
We're from Kentucky.
Okay.
We grew up on a farm, but our pa was a drinker, and our ma died when we were really young, and so we ran away from home because I talked him into it.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
He knows James because I was trying to make a couple of bucks, and he caught me cheating pretty obviously. But he I would imagine you took a little pity on the fact that I didn't seem to notice that the card was backwards at the time, and I kept pulling it from the same sleeve. But you did notice I gunned down a couple of guys outside, and Penny was there with my backup, and you know, the rest is what they say is history.
Sure. I love it.
Yeah, James is definitely not a fighter, so he would try to recruit the Piper siblings for some muscle.
It's mighty fine of you to bring us on. We needed a couple of bills.
As they're approaching the boat, Thaddeus is trying to look at who all's here, but then hears the twins kind of talking to each other and bickering in the background. And he walks up to Peter first. He goes, Peter, my boy. Listen, no self-respecting aristocrat would be itching themselves there. Now please stop. And Penny, for the love of all that's holy, stop spitting.
But I got my shoes in there. You gonna swallow it?
I don't care what you do with it. Just stop spitting. No.
Thaddeus, why don't you roll for me?
I suppose that's one way.
Put in my pocket later.
Nice. Why don't you roll for me a performance check to see if you can to see how much the coaching stuck with these two. I'll say on a success they have a +1 on their rolls, or on a raise they get +2 on their rolls.
Yes.
To
Son of a gun.
Yep.
these two,
Bad.
they're tough.
So
You've been trying, but also you've had a little bit more important things to worry about in trying to groom James, and also
Can I
just
actually spend a penny on that? Can I actually spend a penny on that?
You may spend a penny. Of
All
course,
right.
you can.
Come on, you got this.
I got an extra penny.
I
There we
mean,
go.
what's the probability? 50%?
That's what Benny.
40%? There it is.
There we go.
That's better.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So I go, now. Remember the plan? James here is young Henry Walden, right? Rich son of the Walden family. A
That's right. We're all real fancy.
a promising new family in the general supply store market. And you two are part of his entourage. Your names again are Peter?
Peter Piper.
No,
Oh.
that's no. The name we gave you.
Oh.
The fake one. The fake one.
But you said it was it's just Peter. I just go by Peter.
Fine, if that's what you can remember, Peter.
Peter.
Just don't give them your last name, for God's sakes. And Penny?
I am Lady Penelope Von Hasselheim III.
Good. Now, I was very impressed when you came up with that name all on your own. We need to stick with that, and it's probably best if you let James and I do the talking.
Yep.
And remember, if things go south, that's
Shoot 'em
where
out.
you come in. Yes.
All right, I got that part taken care of.
So you all are wearing, including the twins. You're all wearing very fancy clothes. Your two are probably a little bit more utilitarian, where you had the tailors design them so that you could have easy access to your holsters underneath if you so wished.
Excellent, done.
You see that there are some other people that are kind of carrying some larger weapons. These are strange times, after all, even in the East. They're more rare to see in big cities out east. Not as universally seen. Most people at least try to hide their weapons. But the coaching talk aside, we're going to come back to the present, where all of that flashback occurred within a glance as Thaddeus was looking back at the twins and just shakes his head. Thaddeus, you approach the ramp with the attendant at the bottom of it, who is a young lady who says, "Oh, hello, welcome to the Kumquat. Here for the game, I suppose you are."
Good evening, ma'am. That is correct. This here, and I'm going to usher James forward, is young Henry Walden, heir to the Walden estate.
James takes a deep bow, and he grabs the young woman's hand and kisses the back of her hand. Henry, pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
Go ahead and roll for me a charisma, unless there's a skill that would be better.
There's a persuasion. It's the only one that I see.
Oh wait, charisma isn't even a thing. Let's just do your smarts then.
White on white.
White on white. She just gives you a little smile. A raise might have gotten you a giggle. I don't know. But she just gives you a very kind, more kind than polite smile, as she says, "Well, welcome." You can, you're here on the list, all four of you. She takes a note of the what obvious weapons are being worn here.
You would definitely see that I am packing 2 sidearms.
Okay, so they're not underneath the coat or anything.
No, as long as it's you're saying that I'm not so much of an idiot that if I'm not seeing anyone holding, otherwise I would just have.
You've seen one or two people with like a large arm on their back, but
We probably would have
you
scoped
gotta-
out the firearm policy before.
Yeah, I think
too.
that. So if no one's holding a firearm or anything,
Peter, you haven't noticed anyone wearing firearms.
that's true. So I probably would try to tuck my jacket a little bit.
Okay,
I definitely have a thing hidden in my back, but
so you have your long arm on your back.
yeah.
Okay. How about you, Penny?
Penny's got hers. She has she's like wearing. She's got hers like under a shawl or something.
Sure. Your sidearms.
Mm-hmm.
Just your pistols.
Yeah.
James does have a Derringer hidden kind of like in a sleeve that he could like whip out if he needed to, but
Mhm.
he's got that hidden.
It's hidden. Sure. Yeah, she wouldn't. Yeah. She doesn't have that great of a notice or care all that much about it. So she just nods and like kind of makes a little note and says, "Okay, y'all have a good time. If you head right up the ramp and you head straight to the main desk right up front, they'll take your. They'll be able to cash you in for some chips. It's a chip game. Sorry, not a cash game tonight." So they'll be able to cash you in for chips. It's a minimum of $1,000, maximum of $10,000. And those who are able to have the full $10,000 have an automatic seat in the VIP lounge starting at 10 o'clock. You're always able to cash in more if you have build yourself up to $10,000 by that point. She just gives you a smile.
Very good, very good. This way, then. I'm going to indicate to the rest of the group up the ramp.
So you guys have gotten at least $1,000. James, if you would like to roll a gambling check just for your collective gambling to this point, I will say if you're able to roll a raise on this gambling check, you could have gotten the full $10,000 right now before this. Otherwise, you might have to work on it a little bit. Okay, so I'll say at this point, you guys are about halfway there, unless you want to spend a penny.
Can anybody spend a penny?
No.
I can spend a penny. I got 3 of them. I'll spend a penny.
Good lord.
Benny Jim.
There we go. Okay.
Spend it.
Okay. No, we'll go with the 5. It's fine. So at this point, you have about half as much. You have about $5,000. Not enough to get to the VIP lounge yet. Toward the end of the night, but there's still a lot of money rolling around on this ship.
Yep.
Right.
Looks like we'll have to put in a little work before we can get to the big table.
You want me to rough somebody up? Shake them down?
No, that's not the work I meant, but...
Throw them over the ship?
Now hold on, you two.
I got a couple of dollars if you guys need a little bit.
Well, that reminds me. Listen. Eat, drink. Do what you have to, but keep your wits about you. We need to get James into some of these initial games until we can raise enough to get to the big table. See if you two can find him some marks.
Yeah, we'll keep our eyes out. We'll do a walk around, see?
And if we need to do some of the less skilled work,
kill him,
roughing him up, so forth, make sure it's done out of sight.
Penny, maybe we should go look around a bit.
My name is Lady Vanilla Von Hustlehand the Third.
I'm sorry, Lady about the Third. You want
Learn
to
something
walk around
from your sister, Peter.
Did you say Hasselhoff?
Yeah, we're a long line of Hasselhoff. I'm the ancient in my joint generation.
Now you get creative.
Peter Von Hasselhoff.
I'll walk about the ship. And she would hold out her hand.
Sure.
I kind of just grab it.
We'll go
She's holding her hand like this.
Okay, come on, Miss Penelope.
So you head up onto the ship. The main deck has a lot of people wearing very fancy dresses and clothes. This is a little bit more enlightened than the history that we players are used to. There are women in breeches. It's not unheard of in this game land for women to be wearing nice pantsuits. There are some of those, not all of them in dresses.
He's totally a pantsuit.
Absolutely. It's that is the type of world we are living in.
Flowing lace collar, though.
Women were allowed in the Civil War, so women wear pants. Andy rules.
Bam! Andy
Martial
rules.
rules. Women can wear pants.
Law.
I'm going to turn to James and say, now, Henry, you get to work, and I'm going to work the room.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to use my work the room edge.
That's a thing?
Yep.
Dane, did you give a pseudonym for your character? I don't have one for you.
No, he is Thaddeus Fane.
You're Thaddeus? Okay. All right.
Rich entrepreneur, creator of Thaddeus Fane's fantastical potation.
Wow.
He gambles in his own way.
I'm going to need another one of these.
Freaking amazing.
And I would like to... so any of I guess James's gambling rolls, I'd like to aid him by using my persuasion to lure in suckers, marks, easy marks, and that kind of stuff. See if we can start winning some games. So that's what I'm gonna do in the background.
Go ahead and roll your support. Go ahead and roll your support skill.
Okay, so my work the room edge says your hero's words don't just inspire those they're directed at, they often inspire others as well. Once per turn, you can use the work the room to roll an additional skill die when supporting with persuasion or performance. The additional die supports any other ally who can see or hear your hero. It applies to the next action, whatever they be. So when it says an additional skill die, what does that? Just an additional die of that particular. So my persuasion is a D10. Would I get to roll an additional D10? Is that?
Yeah. Sounds like it. So maybe try to pick up your skill and then right click. What happens?
Let's see. Yeah, it doubles it. Here it comes.
That's the one.
Nice.
It gives you a better chance of exploding. Or
Gotcha.
Persuasion 1, Persuasion 2. Cool. So you got a raise, which is awesome. So that as you're working the room and you're talking up your team, I would say you're everyone within earshot of you. So that would be your entire team. Everyone is going to get a +2 on their social skills on their next social skill. So take a note of that.
I got PO back.
Or next roll, I suppose. I think it's any roll. Next action, whatever it may be. So everyone has +2 on their next action. Since Ava stepped away for a second, James, we're going to go with you. You find that there's a lot of people out schmoozing, but there are also a lot of people who have already sat down to tables and seem to be just like getting down to business. They came here to gamble, and they're starting gambling even though the ship hasn't even set off yet. There are a lot of people carrying trays around with foods and drinks, dressed in more of like waiter, server attire, still very nicely dressed. Up on this deck, it looks like most of the people are very nicely dressed, but nobody you would outwardly recognize, even with the coaching from Thaddeus. So it's probably no one super important.
Let's see.
As far as places you can go, there's this deck. It looks like there are stairs that are leading up to a like upper deck that kind of above this main deck. There's sort of a bar inside, which is mostly has like drink and food and tables. Most of the gambling is being done like outside right now. Okay. And it looks like there are stairs that are leading down to lower levels.
What kind of stakes are being played at this level?
Up here, it looks like people are putting in about like $100 antes. So it looks like pots are anywhere from $200-300 up to several $100s. But I'm guessing the people that just anteed $1,000 are probably up here
Okay.
on this level, because that was the minimum. Like,
Yeah,
actually.
I think James is gonna kind of he'll go upstairs, up a level, and try to see if he can find some little higher stakes tables.
Sure. As you start going up there, you notice some people. Word is already spreading due to Thaddeus's schmoozing about you. You notice some people casting glances your way and some low whispers as you pass by. It seems the word is already spread of whatever moniker you've been given. People seem to be anticipating you up here.
Young, I don't know, a lord or just maybe not. No, maybe just Henry Walden.
You're an heir to the Walden fortune. They're
The
they
scion.
have a very popular. It's called a mega market in Philadelphia. The Walden Mart.
Walden Mart.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, word seems to have spread already of you up here.
All right. Yeah, Jim's gonna, or James is going to, if any of these people kind of make eye contact with him, he's gonna kind of like nod and like, make a little, just kind of like.
Young Lord Walden, we have a seat open. Would you care to join us? We've heard that you are coming tonight.
What kind of is this? The lower stakes tables?
This is a portly woman at the table who is sitting down. No, this is. You said you went up to the upper deck.
Yeah, I went up to the upper deck. Yeah.
Yeah. So you already see that there's a pile of cash up here, probably about $1,000 on this table already, and she's sort of waving you over. Says, "Oh, game's already in progress, but of course you can join us for the next one."
Yeah, of course. That sounds like an excellent idea.
Well, we're sitting
sorry,
there.
I never caught your name, Ms.
Oh, my name is Karen.
Ms. Karen. And
Karen Smythe.
He does the same thing, and he kind of reaches for her hand to kiss the back of the hand.
Oh. You.
Pleasure to meet such a lovely woman as yourself.
Well, as much as I care for a beautiful face, she boops you on the nose. I'd also like to talk to you about a little business. She wags her finger in front of your face. Let's talk about investments in this new Walden Corporation I hear about in Philadelphia, as she starts gathering a deck of cards. Why don't you, in order to not totally shit the bed on this social roll, roll something sociable. Because she's going to try to talk business with you while she's playing games.
All right.
You get +2 on whatever you're rolling.
I guess persuasion probably would be the best.
Sure.
Do that. +2. Thank you, +2.
+2 will do it. You were able to bullshit your way through some like business talks about, how does it sound? You tell me.
So my family, the Waldens, they run a chain of marketplaces, the Walden markets, you might say. We sell all sorts of goods, anything that anybody can imagine: hammers, nails, food items, textiles, saddlery.
Well, I am very interested in diversifying my portfolio. Oh shit! What? She tosses her hand down. Has like no poker face whatsoever.
He said, well, it'd be a pleasure to talk more about business, but do enjoy a little bit of a game now and then.
Of course,
you don't mind dealing me in.
That's why you're here. I'm just getting ahead of myself a little bit. Gossiping Karen, that's what they call me. And you start getting dealt into the next hands. When we come back to you, we're going to deal with some gambling rolls. Let's go back down to the twins. So you guys find yourself on the main deck of the ship. You notice that Thaddeus is already sort of schmoozing, making the rounds, and every once in a while you see him sort of like glance over to one of you or glance up towards James and is pointing and talking at the same time, arm over someone's shoulder. They all seem to be responding very positively to whatever he's saying. You hope it's probably good, and you hope that also you can kind of guess what he's saying, but you're not really sure. What do you two want to do?
Hey, Penny, did you hear a lot about this Weldon fellow? Apparently he's pretty popular.
What?
Yeah, there's a young Henry Walden. He's an heir to a Walden fortune. On the what?
That's James.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. Good to know.
Yes, I do respect and admire our employer, Henry Walden, so much. He lavishes us with gifts because he is so rich.
So you're in the middle of saying that, and you're sort of expressing that to the deck of like everyone who's not paying attention to you at all, and you start like pronouncing that to the entire deck and turning around, and you turn to face some other like tall lady who's wearing kind of like a long, nice but still the duster. Your notice check that I'm going to use was a raise, right?
What is she packing?
She's packing twice.
Oh
Big
shit!
Packing.
I didn't notice anything.
She's double packing. She like looks surprised at you. Says, I'm sorry. Why are you talking like that?
What?
I'm bored as shit, and I'm the only woman downstairs playing our game. I thought you're like hired help, right?
Excuse me, what are you playing at? We're not playing a game.
She glances over at you and says, "Look, they hired on me and Phil over there to guard, but frankly, these assholes, they don't need two people guarding one of them. So I went down below decks to start some games."
What, you got a game we can get in on?
I like games.
I mean, sure. Yeah, we're all down in the hold section, down near the engines.
Wait, the ship hired you? Like you were hired by the ship, or you were here with somebody?
Oh no, I'm up with. She just points to toward the upper deck. Phil's watching her. It's fine. I mean, what could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
We're in the middle of New York City. What could go wrong?
Nothing. Well, it's very nice to meet your acquaintance. My name is Peter in a Hasselhoff. You are?
Have you gotten punched in the nose recently?
Can you tell? Just a couple times.
Peter, he got kicked in the face by a mule when he was real young.
Okay, sure.
Like a whole stampede of them. But you said there's games downstairs?
Yeah, they just kept stepping on him, and he just kept hollering and rolling and pa. But Pa was real drunk, and I was like, Peter, get out of the mule pen. You know they're stubborn as hell. And he was like, Peter.
You say your brother got king in head?
Have I told you my name yet?
Yeah, what's your name?
Thank God, because I forgot if I did. My name's Sylvia.
Sylvia.
Like I said, I left Phil up here. We're going to take turns. I'm going to go down and play some games, and I'll tag him out at some point. But like I said, there doesn't need to be two of us up here.
All right, well, listen, we are on duty, so we're going to need to make our rounds, but we'll find our way down there later.
No, I get it. I just assumed you weren't, you know.
Assumed I wasn't
fine.
what?
I'll just be downstairs.
Hey, what did you assume about us?
No. That's on me. My mistake.
Is it that the clothes are real itchy? Because it kind of changed.
I think I just pegged you wrong. I'm just gonna go downstairs.
What'd you peg me as?
No, don't worry. You have fun.
No,
She starts to leave.
Peter, I'm worried. Where'd she? Oh,
I don't know. She's landing in real good.
I think
As
Thaddeus
Thaddeus
is
is
going to be
talking
real
to
mad.
somebody, he's indicating the twins over there. He sees Peter itch his crotch again, and he goes, "Oh, if you'll direct your attention over here."
And he sees him like motioning, kind of like does a curtsy in his general direction.
So Sylvie starts walking away.
Penny, you want me to go downstairs and while you work the room?
I think she either really liked you or she really didn't like me.
I don't like them girls. They're strange.
But that's okay, Peter. Not everybody likes girls, and that's okay.
They terrify me.
Well, a lot of things do. I mean, I understand the mules. You got like a phobia now. You did get stomped on. It was all
Why were there
bloody.
so many mules?
There's
Well-
so many mules, Penny.
And the water.
Why'd Pop put me in there with them mules?
Listen, let's go get some fancy snacks, and when Thaddeus isn't looking, we'll go play a game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you see. Go ahead.
Do a look see around the room.
What do you want to see?
I'm looking for anyone playing a game who's rather intoxicated.
Up here? Yeah, a lot of people are drinking. Also, the stakes on these tables are like ante of $100 each.
No, these aren't worth it, sis.
Yeah, that was like minimum. You see a lot of these tables have pots of like $300-400 as they keep playing.
Okay.
You notice that James went upstairs. He seemed to kind of like glance at some of the pots down here, and he went upstairs pretty quickly.
Yeah,
And, Sylvie seemed to like head downstairs. Down Ace head upstairs to whatever the lower decks is. She did mention that they were down by like the engine, she said, in the hold.
You know, I think we should look around upstairs where the stakes are a little better and maybe split up, do a little deviation from the plan.
Well, you want to go play a game upstairs with high stakes?
No, I'm just looking for some drunk guy we can knock out and steal his money.
Oh, all right.
I mean, that's what we were hired to do, right?
There are a lot of drunk guys down here, but also there's on a ship. You can both roll your common knowledge. Oh shit, you got skills for this. I don't have to tell you what.
Pays the bill.
Also, point of context, are we moving? Is the ship moving?
The ship is pulling out right now.
Good, so if I throw someone overboard, it's fine. Oh, shit.
As long as they Wilhelm dream.
I would say
Yeah.
that's not going to use your +2 yet, but
Oh, right, forget
unless you wanted to, that would give you a raise.
Nah, I don't have plus for that.
So you're aware that this ships of this type probably have a lower deck, which is more like a lounge area with several private rooms in it, and then there's like a hold area below that. So they're probably 2 levels down from where you are.
Listen, Thaddeus and James said they needed more money to get the big game, and James was real good at poker, but it's going to take a long time for him to get it by playing. But I think if we go find an easy mark and we lure them down somewhere hidden, and then we knock them out, take their money, we'll get out of this real fast.
Okay.
Oh, I can't even make this voice. I'm a pretty good looker. But
Yeah, you sure are.
you should find a mark because you're prettier than me.
Aw,
And I'll
fancy
be
lady clothes.
I'll be the guy that just whacks in the back.
All right,
Bless your
I'll-
little mule soft head.
Yeah, I'll find some real rich person, and I'll impress her with my fancy lady clothes and my fancy lady voice, and I'll say, "Ooh, the moon is so lovely tonight. Let's go for a stroll." And then you'll hit them.
You know, I don't want to critique your voice or anything, but it's really high pitched. Sometimes maybe just bring it.
Fancy
No,
lady,
that's
let's
too-
go
that's
for a
too-
stroll.
Bring it back up.
Back up.
You know what? Just leave it the way it was. I'm sure it'll be fine. We'll find some guy.
Hey,
Or whatever.
easy.
Do your
All right.
All right.
I'll take your hand.
And I grab it again. We're gonna go upstairs. Found his mark.
So you're going upstairs? Anyone going downstairs to the lounge?
Not yet.
Going upstairs. Okay, yeah, you see James up there.
Looking for drunks.
Go ahead and roll your. This is going to be with the +2 from Thaddeus, as he's been schmoozing. You kind of are able to pick up some cues from him as far as like who to look for and how to navigate the crowd a little bit. I'm going to say that's how you get the +2 for this.
Yep.
So go ahead and you can both add +2 or if you don't have to roll if you don't want to, but anyone who's rolling a notice check can roll a +2.
Right now?
Yeah, you
This
too.
might be the highest I ever roll, so I'm gonna roll.
Do it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
we got ourselves a raise, folks. Sure. You, Peter Piper, you see, actually, super conveniently, you see this drunk guy scraping away some money off of a table and saying, and that's what you get when Maine comes to New York, suckers. And he scrapes together this big pile of money and kind of just like rolls up his shirt, revealing this like pasty, hairy belly.
Yeah.
And
I think we found our mark, Myth.
tucks money into his shirt, rolled up, and he just starts like stumbling down the stairs. You hear him mumbling something about needing to find the pisser.
Penny, I think that might be our guy.
All right.
Running upstairs.
So you two both follow after him. You can both roll stealths if you like.
Hell yeah.
I'm real stealthy.
Close.
Yeah, any trips on the stairs.
Nice.
Wow.
You have a choice at this point. You can either follow and get made, or let Peter go alone.
Follow and get made. Oh, my new fancy boots. They're so hard to walk in.
I will say that this guy goes down the stairs, and he was sort of wandering over towards the railing. He kind of goes down the stairs and he heads towards the side railing around the side of the raised balcony. There's probably like a 3-foot walkway along both sides of the ship, and in the middle of which is the central lounge with the balcony above where the games are happening. So you guys are kind of outside of the lounge. You make a big sound as he sort of walks along that walkway. It looks like he was sort of about to glance both ways to take a piss over the side of the ship. When you like knock over, what do you knock over?
She just like trips. She trips on the last step and like falls on the ground at the bottom of the stairs.
Andy, your microphone stopped working all of a sudden.
Yeah, I mean, I can hear you.
I can hear you through Rachel's microphone, but
nope.
I don't know. You like lagged, your video lagged for a second, and then your microphone just stopped working. It's weird.
Nope. I believe in you.
Hopefully it's not your webcam driver. You use your webcam for a microphone, right?
Hey, we're gonna get ourselves.
Oh, there it is. Back.
Got me?
Shit.
Yep.
I'm really good at shooting, so.
Yeah, me too. I'm not good at like clubbing and fighting. I'm only good at shooting. So
Anyone has a fight?
dude,
If you got the fighting skill, that's the thing.
Yeah, I got an 8 in fighting. I'm fine. I'm gonna.
That's pretty good.
or
I'm
all right,
gonna wallop
I'll
this
distract
guy.
you all of them.
Oh yeah, so I'm going to get back to you guys in a second, but where we're going to leave it is that you stumble down the stairs. Since you chose to keep going and not let James go alone, he's going to make both of you guys follow him. And he kind of like stumbles a little bit and looks over. You see like a few bills fall out of his shirt down over the railing. He doesn't seem to notice. He's like, what? I'm here to take a piss. And we'll get back
me too.
we'll get back to you guys in a second. I want to get back to Thaddeus.
Okay.
All right, Thaddeus, you're schmoozing. You see kind of everyone going at this point. You're not really aware of what's happened with Peter and Penny yet, but where do you want to be going? Where do you want to be schmoozing? You see James go upstairs?
Yeah, I want to be schmoozing with the most upper crust people that I can. So I'd like to just like talk to somebody that seems to be of the wealthy upper class that might know what this VIP game is all about.
You can roll your common knowledge. You just might know that yourself.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna roll it.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah. You would know that in games like this. Chances are there's some wealthier people up above on the upper deck, but probably like the ritziest of the ritziest are in the lounge in the below decks.
Okay. I'll head to the lounge in the below decks.
And you're guessing that's where the VIP and private games are going to happen too.
Yep.
Eventually. All right. So you want to head down there?
Yep. I want to find somebody to talk to.
You bump shoulders with a tall woman, her hair kind of tied back in a simple ponytail, and she's mumbling like, "Weirdos! I thought one of them would come down here." I'm sorry, sir.
Oh, no problem at all, madam. My name is Thaddeus Fane. Very good to meet you.
Pleasure. My name's Sylvie. Do you mean to be talking to me? I'm just hired. I'm hired help. I don't have any money.
Hired help? Oh, why? You look perfectly at home amongst these aristocrats, most call them. Thieves, I call them.
You're a good liar.
Liar!
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
No. I take no offense. I look like one of them myself. But, you know, the saying goes, you have to look the part in order to talk the part.
Oh. Okay. She glances you up and down. Well, I mean, we're not playing for a lot of money, but we got a game. Some of us stewards have a game going on downstairs. If you want to join, she kind of glances around nervously.
No.
I mean, you don't have to. We're just passing the time because this is really boring. I'm sorry.
I'm not.
This is why they don't let me talk. I gotta
go. No, it's okay. Wait, hold on. Was it Sylvie? Beautiful name. Wonderful name. Sylvie, who exactly do you work for?
Well, I work. I work for Mrs. Cynthia Reynolds.
Cynthia Reynolds. Do I know that name?
Yeah, sure. She's a wealthy New Yorker.
Okay.
Just like an heiress. She's wealthy for owning stuff. Mm-hmm. She isn't like known for any one particular thing that her family built. They are wealthy and have bought stuff.
Gotcha. Oh yes, Miss Reynolds. I know Miss Reynolds. If you are here escorting Miss Reynolds, then you are more important than you let on.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, and I mean nothing by it, why would Miss Reynolds feel that... And I'm going to look at her armament accoutrements.
Sure.
Why would Miss Reynolds feel that such measures were necessary on a simple gambling boat like this?
What'd you get on your nose check before?
I didn't get great on my nose check before, so maybe I didn't notice that she's packing. I got a 3, I think.
She is tall and not wearing like party attire, so you can assume whatever you like. And she's also admitted that she's hired help, so
yeah.
So you can assume whatever you like. You don't see any guns on her though.
He kind of puts his hand on his chest. Is there danger of a fracas upon this vessel?
It's my job to always assume that there is danger of fracas. However, this is fucking New York. I'm so sorry. This is New York City. And what's the worst that can happen?
You tell me. What is the worst that could happen? I'm going to persuade her.
Sure. I mean, The worst, if you want me to tell you the worst I can think of that could happen, well, she thinks for a second. The worst that could happen is that someone pulls a gun on Miss Cynthia, Phil has to shoot her, I have to shoot whoever's covering for the person that shot Miss Cynthia. The whole place erupts in a gunfight because there are so many damn gun hands here. Pardon my language. And then the few survivors have to jump off the ship because the engine is on fire and the pilot is dead.
Bad. So, you're not the only hired help, as you said, on this boat. You know of others who have brought
Yeah,
specialists?
it's my duty to notice those things, I guess. Sure, I've seen people with. Who are you with?
I'm sorry.
Didn't your I don't know, patron bring hired help?
My
Also,
patron, I'm sorry. Do you mean Henry?
Oh shit! Are you with Henry Walden?
Oh, yes, a business partner, Henry Walden. He brought two of his close acquaintances, friends.
Okay. I didn't know.
One lad goes by Peter, I believe. The other, Penelope.
Are you his dad?
What?
Are you his dad?
Oh, you flatter me. No. Thaddeus Fane, owner of Fane Industries. I'm a entrepreneur of sorts.
Okay.
And if Henry brought armed assailants, guardians, whatever you may call them, he has bamboozled me, madam. He has.
Has he? Well,
I will have to have a stern talking to with that boy. His father would be very disappointed.
Look, it's
hanging around with such riff.
Hey, go easy on him. Hey, whoa.
Oh no, I'm glad you've told me about this.
She puts a strong hand on your shoulder and says, "Whoa. This is a strange world we live in, and it's a dangerous one too, even here in New York. It's not uncommon for people with money to be going around with people carrying guns."
Perhaps, but the lad is just being cautious, maybe.
I wouldn't have been able to eat for the last decade if that wasn't the case, so I'm not too mad about it.
Your wisdom is beyond your years, Sylvia.
Well, I have a high spirits for it, so
I just never thought that there would be such danger on a fine vessel as this.
It's just precaution, and frankly, rich people being way too precautious. At this point, you see a couple of glances coming your way of like this conversation going on like a little bit too long. Of like some of the tables are trying to like pay attention to you two's talking at the bottom of the stairs.
I'm going to say, well, Sylvia, it was wonderful meeting you. If I run into James, I'll let him know that there are some more humble games happening down here. Perhaps he'll want to break from some of the higher stakes upstairs.
Please do not do that.
Yes, discretion. I understand. Now, say, I was told, and this may be incorrect information, that there might be some other private games taking place on the lower levels of the ship here. Would you happen to know anything about that?
I mean, nah, you rolled a raise. I'm good with it. She seems to like have you have a trusting way with this woman already. She says, I mean, Ms. Reynolds is in one of the rooms over there. I know she got a private game because, you know. But she points around the room. You see there's like four doors off of this main chamber where you see there are lots of tables in the middle of this like lounge area with a nice bar, more servers. They seem to be, but there are like probably about 8 tables in the middle of this area, and there are 4 doors, 2 on each side of the ship. And she points to it. She says, I mean, Miss Cynthia's in one of them, playing a high stakes game, and I know that later tonight there's going to be the VIP game happening. And she points at a big set of double doors towards the core of the ship.
Are any of the doors to the private rooms, are they guarded? Will notice any? No. Okay.
Well, I mean, they're out in the open too, so like everyone would notice you going in there,
Sure.
unless you were super sneaky.
Sure. And if I wanted to talk to somebody about my associate, young Henry, getting in on one of these VIP games,
Sure.
who would I speak to?
I don't know, but it's a little bit beyond my bailiwick. But I would guess you go talk to Pitmaster of Pence. And she points, and you see that there's a desk with a person who is similarly to the person above deck on the main deck, is sort of cashing out chips, and seems to have some kind of a ledger beside them.
Okay. Well, Sylvia, it was wonderful speaking to you. Enjoy your evening.
This was unexpectedly okay.
I'll take that as a compliment. Good day to you. And I'm going to walk over to the pitmaster.
She subconsciously reaches up to tip a hat at you, and then you hear her say shit. All right, so you're heading over to the pitmaster. Whatever you want to do with the pitmaster, you figure out, Dane, and condense into a roll and get back to me. Okay. I'm going to go up to James. All right, James, you're up top. You've been playing for a little while now. You started playing games at this middle stakes table with Miss Karen Smythe and her associates. So why don't you roll for me a gambling check?
All right.
Nice. Yeah, you've been winning some money up here. It's not super fast going, but I'll say you've gotten to get up to about $7,000, $8,000 at this point.
Okay.
Money is flowing, and people seem to be slipping in and out of the tables. As some of them get kind of frustrated and leave, or go down to maybe a lower stakes table, but you seem to be consistently winning, losing a little bit here and there, but you're winning some of the bigger games, which is kind of your MO of how you are able to get the money going, win the ones that matter. This Karen Smythe, you notice that she has she probably has a lot of money. Roll a notice check.
Come on, white on white.
Yeah. You notice that she has a large billfold every time she opens it to pull out more chips. She has a pile of chips in there. You're guessing this is more of a social event for her, where she's just rubbing elbows with whoever. You notice her talking to everyone at the table, and she's always anteing and isn't afraid to stay in pots, and always seems to have an endless supply of chips going. So you're guessing you can milk her for a long time if you want, but it is kind of slow going because she doesn't really take any big pots.
Okay.
And people seem to be coming in and out. You're guessing this is kind of a middle of the road table as far as the ship is concerned.
All right. James he's gonna kind of step away from the table, and he says, well, I think it's about time for me to wet my whistle. Mm-hmm. He's gonna head over to the bar, and as he kind of walks by, he kind of puts a hand on Karen's shoulder, and he says, if you want to discuss business for a moment, I'd be more than happy to oblige.
Nice. She just smiles at you and says, I would love to. And she fumbles in a purse, fumbles through a few cards, and hands you this business card looking thing with a telegraph addressed for it. She says, I am so very interested in talking about our mutual benefit in business enterprises. And she boops you on the nose one more time.
James,
And also, have a drink on me. You are just so charming. And she slaps another like $100 dinero chip in your hand.
the pleasure was all mine, Miss Smythe.
Oh, call me Karen.
And
yeah.
James is going to head to the bar. He's going to kind of, as he does so, he's going to kind of look around to see if he notices either of the Piper siblings.
Right. I actually realized I want to resolve whatever happened with them before you walk upstairs. Because this might matter.
Okay.
So we're going to get back to you in a second. All right. So, twins, this drunk who just wants to piss over the railing makes you creeping up on him. What do you guys want to do?
So she as she's stumbling down, I try to catch her and I go,
Miss, this isn't the way to the bathroom.
I try to like,
Emergency!
We gotta look
Towards the
out.
rail.
where-
She just like
where-
rushes towards the rail.
Sure.
I'm gonna fall behind her clumsily.
Sure. You get to the rail. Do you want to roll a performance check or is there a deception check? I don't even know what kind of skills there are, guys.
There is a performance.
Yeah, performance is fine.
I don't have performance. I can do persuasion, or I can do performance unskilled.
Um,
I have. What is my lion eyes?
I don't see a deception skill or anything.
Yeah, I have a -1 to intimidation and persuasion when there are lies involved, and -1 to gambling.
of course. Good.
Yeah, persuasion.
She rushes towards the railing and she says,
Hold my arms while I put my arms over the rail because I have to pee, but I'm going drunk and I'm going to fall in.
and she grabs the guy's arms.
You let her do what she does.
Roll a
Says,
persuasion with your lying eyes penalty. Unless you want to assist her here, Piper. Peter Piper.
Yeah, I would try to assist.
you gotta do what she says. It's kind of a mental illness. She's gotta go.
Roll your performance or persuasion with one of the two.
You're Abe.
Abe.
Oh, fuck, I don't have either.
Uh-oh.
So that would be unskilled.
Wait, persuasion?
Unskilled.
Persuasion.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, explode.
You better hold her
Hey.
breath.
So you get +2 to your performance or persuasion.
Okay, and normally I have -1, so I get +1.
I mean it, mister. She's gonna pee on your boot.
Just add a +2 because the -1 might already be in there. I don't know.
I don't think it is because it's it doesn't
Not
pop.
that it matters right now.
Hurry, it's coming out. You gotta hold up her dress.
That and the modifiers, and then add a modifier for whatever hindrance you have, and then add -1,
Well, usually it's minus.
whatever it is.
Right.
So glad your hired hands have minus in every stat at shooting.
-2.
So
Right.
you get +2. I thought you said it was -1.
Lion eyes. A -1 to game. A -1 to imitation persuasion.
It's our
Seems like-
job to put you in a position to succeed.
Okay, just uncheck that.
Means we got to start some shooting.
-1.
Stop it.
There you go.
Come on, you got this.
So it's not.
So then you add a +2 modifier in the bottom left corner for aid helping.
I roll.
Yep.
Persuasion -1. Okay.
And it should be a total of +1. Got it. Nailed it.
I
All right. So he's like, okay.
I'm gonna try to get him facing the rail and just get his arms as tangled as possible.
Okay. So he once he sees that you're actually getting up to sit on the rail, he is averting his New York City eyes from you, and trying to give you the propriety.
You got to hold my arms so I don't fall in. Hold my arms.
She really needs a
Roll your
Mr. Grab
smarts.
on.
Go ahead and roll your smarts. Okay. He says, "Oh, okay." You notice some stacks of bills just falling as he's lets go of his shirt, that had the bundle of bills in just sort of like fall to the ground, and he kind of like holds on to you a little bit, still trying to hold his shirt up.
Hey, look at my face. You won't see anything untoward. Just
Don't
look at my face.
well, look at the lady, mister.
Look at the lady, mister.
Hey, my eyes are up here.
I hear
Can I try to
your
steal his money?
urine.
Urinates.
Can I try to steal his billfold?
Go ahead and make a thievery check.
Oh Jesus!
You
Oh, I have that.
Take it. Oh no.
Hey, you got thievery? Nice.
Explode.
Boom!
I mean it. You gotta look her in the eye. Don't be disgusting.
Hey, my eyes are up here. Don't you look at my pee?
Well done, well done. With a raise, yeah, you're able to clean out like all of the stuff this guy is dropping. Plus like a handy stack of like bound, like a billfold worth of bills from his shirt. As you sort of like help him around the waist and be like, whoa there, buddy. And you like,
Watch out.
slip your hand down into his shirt and snag a few stacks of bills from in there. I'm not sure how much you got, but you got a handful, and it's pretty obvious. So you better find a way to stow that before he sees you. But yeah, he seems to be preoccupied with your sister right now. This is the closest I've been to a woman before.
Don't make this weird.
Women are very scary, sir.
I'm sorry. I'm just really rich though.
Oh, how rich are you?
Well, let me check.
I'm slipping.
Oh, she's slipping, sir.
Make another performance check.
This one is persuasion or performance?
Performance.
Yeah.
You're not slipping. Your agility's so good. You're not slipping.
Oh! So
Nice. He says, "No, what? No, I gotta." He starts letting go, realizing you're no harm, and he kind of starts letting go and fumbling around at his shirt. What do you two want to do?
I was shoving the wad into the playing card box that I have.
Sure.
That was my goal.
You can shove some of it in. It's more than that, though.
Oh shit! Then I'm just wadding in my pants, right in my britches.
Yep. Stuff in the cod.
Yep, stuffing that cod.
Nice. How about you, Rachel? You stuff in the cod?
While you were holding her, I was taking a leak myself. You know.
He seems to be ignoring you guys right now, and he's just like checking his shirt, and he's like, you can tell he's doing mental math. You guys have a few moments to do whatever you want to do.
Well, it was
Awesome.
But you can tell his mind's churning as he's like looking at his shirt, and he's looking at the ground around him.
She hops off the ground. She looks at Peter, and she's like,
Oh, Peter didn't see you.
Peter didn't see. Peter didn't see.
Peter's stuffing his cod.
What's that, sis? Sometimes I'm hard of hearing.
You got speaking this here.
Okay, yeah. You know what? It was nice meeting you, sir. My name is Billy, and this is Susie, and we'll see you upstairs. Oh, okay. I'm gonna. As I'm like kind of tucking my pants back in, I just like elbow real hard right into his face.
All right. Go ahead and roll your fighting skill.
Oh shit.
Them's fighting elbows.
Mm.
Nice.
Nice. You got to raise.
Raise it up.
Right into the underbelly cut of the chip.
So go ahead and roll your strength plus a d6.
Oh,
Right in the
fuck,
underbelly
that's
of the
a thing?
chest.
This is your unarmed damage. It's strength plus a d6. Well, it's plus a d6 because you got a raise.
Oh, I roll another d6?
No. Yeah. So roll another d6.
Roll a d6. Oh,
Roll again. It explodes.
All right.
All right. So you got a total of 14. So you got 2 raises. All right. So you kind of clock this guy across the temple, and he goes and just like stumbles down to the catwalk and just like clank down to the ground.
Help me throw him overboard.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna.
But get all the money first.
He's also drunk, so no one would really be suspicious if he was just passed out here.
They'll be
Die
even less
if you throw him
suspicious if
overboard.
he falls off the
Oh.
boat.
So, hey, I'm a little afraid of the water, but maybe we just crop him up here a little bit.
And I just kind of like hold him over the thing, like he was
Yeah,
vomiting off.
I'm gonna shove my fingers down your throat to make you puke on him, and then it'll be real believable.
That makes a lot of sense. Go right ahead.
Hey, roll your vigor.
Oh, my finger's good.
It says it's
It takes a little bit, a couple tries, but you eventually get it.
Damn it, Peter, hold still.
Oh, you got my arm.
You guys collect about $3,000 from this guy.
Oh, fuck!
maybe we should go find
Jesus.
Timothy. James, what's his name?
Let's go down the basement and play a game.
Oh, okay. Let's go find what's her name, Sylvia. She was purty. She's scary.
I will say you guys meet James at the bottom of the stairs. James, at this point, you have about $8,000 on you.
Okay.
To wit and worth of chips. And you guys have about $3,000 worth of chips on you. And it takes about 10,000 chips. It takes 10,000 chips to get into the VIP game.
James comes up to the twins and he says, "Well, how's it going? Do you find anything?"
He vomited on himself.
When he was real drunk and he threw up on himself, we have had no luck making any money. We
I
should
found
go
this
try.
2,000 chips, though.
3,000 chips. Oh, that's perfect. I have 8,000 right here. Hand them over.
Oh, here you go. Every 2,000 chips. Don't worry, sis. I got 1,000 for myself.
James kind of gives you a side eye. He's like, "Listen, whatever. Just keep the money. I don't care. I got enough to get into the VIP game. That's all I need."
Oh, okay.
You need some muscle in that VIP game? Give him the stare down.
You guys heard
Yeah.
anything about that? You know what's going on?
We met a Sylvia.
Yeah, there's a game in the basement, but it's for like the hired hands. Possible jack shit.
That'd be fun, but it ain't what we're after. All right.
We can go snoop around where you hoobity now. Hobbity hoobity. Where you do that with them people?
I'm sure these all these highfalutin types got some kind of hired muscle, just like you two. If you can keep an eye on them, make sure they ain't gonna cause any trouble. That'll be helpful.
The camera's going to zoom downstairs, actually, at this point, and answer these questions as we go to Thaddeus, who's going up to the kind of ticket master for the VIP area. As you get up there, you notice that one of the doors opens and a attractive woman, well dressed with dark hair, comes out of the room and says, "Too stuffy in there for me. Hello." And she just gives you a very coy smile, and she just starts walking out towards the kitchen area.
He'll kind of look over his shoulder and then look back to the pitmaster and say, Miss Sylvia, I assume. Sylvia. So Cynthia, Miss Cynthia, I assume.
She just looks over to her smile, looks over her shoulder with you, and her only answer is a smile, and she continues walking.
So this is exactly where I want to be. The VIP game, good man. What's it all about? How do I get my boy Henry in?
Well, sir, I am happy to have your son entered into the games here, and it will just be a 10,000 chip deposit, minimum bet, of course.
Business associate.
Business associate. My apologies.
No. They make the mistake all the time. He's a spitting image of me. But
this is a private game. I will tell you that only the player is involved and is allowed inside. No associate, advisors, or guards. Of course, our own private guards will be overseeing the entire thing to make sure that no spontaneous acts of aggression would happen.
Of course. And these, your guards, of course, work for whom?
For the sponsor of this entire ship.
And who might that be?
Stephen Remington.
Remington? I had no idea.
Of the Remingtons, and he gives you a link.
I assume so. That would explain all of the furnishings, the entertainment, everything.
Well, Mr. Remington does like to meet new folks, and very generous patron. I'm blessed to be part of his crew.
I could say for certain that you are. Well, a $10,000 buy-in, you say?
Yes, sir. Should I put your name down?
Yes. Actually, not my name. My associate, Henry Walden, of the Walden estate.
Of course. Henry Walden, I'll just require that the game will begin in about 45 minutes, so I will require that money within about half an hour.
Absolutely, half an hour. Of course, I can have $10,000 in half an hour. What do I look like?
You look like someone who could have $10,000 in half an hour, sir.
That's right, and I will be right back with it. Walk around. I start looking frantically for my associates.
Sure. You have a mental idea of where they were. You have an idea that they were all upstairs. You haven't seen them come down yet, but.
Yep. I'll head back upstairs.
However, on cue, James, now that you have the $10,000, where would you be going?
He has to mute for a minute or two. He said.
He's right there.
No, but he said in the text. He said he has to mute for a minute or two.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
He's right there.
I thought you were saying I had to pee for I was like, why do I need to know that?
Oh, what you don't understand, he just can't say anything. He's doing really good with them poker.
There's poking. There's lots of poking. Shooting. He's shooting everybody. He goes to shoot everybody. He draws his gun, starts shooting people.
Chris,
and ganking them.
Let's go back to the twins for a second. You guys had $1,000.
I'm gonna go talk to those people downstairs. Maybe we can find a little bit about them guards.
Sure.
What?
Listen, I'm gonna throw you off the goddamn ship. I don't care if you swim or not.
I will throw that other guy first.
What? Okay, I'll throw him, then I'll throw you. No, you need to help me throw him. He's real big, and then I'll throw you off the ship. What are you doing, giving away a lot of money?
I only gave a little bit of it. I kept some for myself. It was real secretive.
You can't go away. 2/3 of it. Give me half of what's left.
Oh, okay. Here's $800.
Listen, I had to pull while you held my arms. It was real awkward. I earned that.
Oh, okay. $900. Well, there's a cat here. That's fine. Okay. I don't know where the cat came on the ship. Here's $100 for you and $900 for me. You.
That was real weird. That was real weird, Tom.
That was real weird.
Go to bed.
What
part of 9:30 bedtime
did you get? Weird.
Hey, listen, that Sylvia lady said that she and her partner Phil were like taking turns garden. What if we take turns garden and going down to that game?
You guys actually see Phil heading. You see Phil like he pulls out a little like silver pocket watch and kind of looks at it, and he starts heading downstairs. Kind of rolls his eyes and heads downstairs.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let's follow that fine gentleman.
Well, I feel like maybe one of us should watch Jack.
I'm pretty good at keeping my eye out. If you want me to look around. So you want me to stay in the lounge with our good friend James?
Yeah, maybe let's go check in first.
Okay.
Stay on task, and then we'll take turns.
All right, let's follow James into the lounge.
You got some.
What is it? Gristle?
It's Pence.
Oh, that's broccoli I had earlier. I'll pick it out.
No, it's your puke, man. You're real gross.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, I don't know.
You smell here. Don't tell Thaddeus, but this'll help. And your breath's real bad, and she'll pull some of her chew out of her pocket.
Oh, it's gonna make me
out of her mouth earlier.
Okay.
Here, just stick it in your cheek.
Andy, I want to push the guy off the ship as we walk past.
Are you trying to do it stealthily?
Just like as I walk by, I kind of bump into him. So yeah, I
A
guess
random guy or the drunk guy?
No, not the random guy, the drunk guy.
How about
Some
this?
random high roller.
There's a lot of people on the ship.
Okay.
I think there's probably like a 70% chance that there's someone within eyeshot of you. Why don't you roll percentile to see if there's someone, first of all, to see if there's someone watching. And this is on you, man. You tell me if it's high or low.
Oh God. Okay.
70% chance that someone's watching.
All right, I'm gonna go high.
Ho ho ho!
Yeah, can I see anyone watching?
Roll your notice.
Oh, Jesus.
Fuck.
You don't notice anyone watching.
Benny.
All right, let's put my fucking Benny. Fuck. Oh no.
Go Benny.
I just gotta go by it. I just like
Clueless is so
elbow.
good. Yeah, you don't notice anyone watching.
Okay. Oh, excuse me, sir. And I kind of bump into him. Oh, no.
Man overboard. Oh, no one
You think he was real drunk. You think he's gonna wake up or just like sink to the bottom?
No, he'll probably be fine. That's how water works. I'll be down underneath.
Peter, did you just kill a guy? Did you just kill a man? Peter. I said you had the devil in you. That's why I put you with those mules to get the devil out there and kick it out of your head. But I didn't believe him. But maybe he was right. Maybe you got the devil in you.
the devil out of you.
It was an accident. I just bumped right
Remember
into
that time he held you in the water trough and held you under for a long time?
That's
He
why
said
I'm
he was going to
scared
get
to
because he said he was going to get the devil out of you.
Man, I don't think the devil
Tried a
got
lot
out
of
of me.
things.
So we're going to go down below, and I'm going to look at the playing cards.
All right, I'll stay up in 15 minutes. You come get me and we'll swap.
47 minutes. Okay, I'll follow up there.
Oh, Peter.
James.
Is James just standing there the whole time watching, just irritated and angry?
No, I think as soon as James got the 2,000 from Peter, he was heading down to the lounge area.
So, James, when you get down to the lounge area, you hear a voice. So you head down to the lounge area. You see an open area with two bars kind of like stretched long ways along this kind of long galley area with about 8 tables of gaming happening in the middle of it. A lot of people are standing around with drinks and food and socializing, but there are 8 tables of games happening. You also see these four doors where you assume the high stakes games are happening. The bars are along the sides of this chamber. However, when you get to the bottom of the stairs, you hear a voice kind of over your left shoulder saying, "Hey kid, think you're looking for me?"
James kind of turns around. He's like, "Who is that?"
You see kind of like a coat check person who is standing at a counter, who is currently grabbing a very nice coat, a long like raincoat looking thing, which one of its pockets seems to be bulging with something. It seems to be picking this coat up, and it seems like the voice was coming from that direction. From the coat, actually. The coat attendant just picks up the coat and says, "I'm sorry, what?
Did you say something?"
Me?
Yeah, somebody. I heard a voice saying you're looking for me.
I think you must have been mistaken, sir. I just work here. I'm the coat attendant. My name is Doyle."
So how confident am I that the voice was coming from the coat itself?
100% confident.
100%. Okay.
Coming from the pocket of the coat.
All right. So James says, "Well, pleasure to meet you, Doyle. It's you must be pretty good at your job because that's mine right there." He gestures towards the coat.
You? He looks down at this coat, and I was just rearranging these things. I'm pretty
Well-
sure this is a woman's coat, sir.
I was looking for this, and you pulled it out right as I walked past. Like I said, you must be real good at your job. And he flips him a chip.
How much?
I'll say
You've exactly 10,000, regardless of what your personal stash is. This would come out of your personal stash.
okay. Yeah, he'll flip him. I don't know, $20.
All right. Go ahead and roll a persuasion with a +2.
Okay,
Nice.
yeah.
He looks at the 20 and says, he's kind of shrugging and says, "All right, I don't even think this coat's worth $20." He just sort of hands you the coat. It's a nice coat, but $20 is a lot of money.
Yeah. James, he'll kind of walk away, and he kind of like looks around and looks for
You catch the dude ripping up some kind of ticket as you're walking away.
So James kind of like looks around. And he looks for like maybe like a little like corner where maybe nobody's hanging around, and kind of like holds the coat up to his ear.
Just a couple of lavatories.
Yeah. Kind of step into the bathroom.
Why are we
just
using
kinda
the railing if there are bathrooms?
Because this dude was poor. Actually, no, he made a lot of money. But he
He's
was,
poor now,
He
yeah.
was drunk.
and he's dead.
So it is a nice black coat, a long black kind of satin coat, a well-fitting woman's coat, but inside one of the front pockets is a book.
Oh.
You pull it out, and on the front of it says Hoyle's Book of Games.
He's gonna like kind of look at it and like kind of like flip through the book, just kind of like see what's in there.
It's a game. It's a book you've heard of before. As a gamer, as a gambler, you've heard of before, and you've probably been taught from it before. However, this work seems to be annotated. There's a lot of writings in the edges and between the lines. Just at first glance, flipping through the pages, it looks like there's a lot of handwriting and scribbles, weird symbols, circles with like crossed lines across it. At like a minute's glance, it's hard to make much sense of it, but it looks like someone's taken a lot of time writing through this book.
All right, James. He's gonna kind of look at the book strangely. Did you say something? No response. All right, he'll pocket the book, and then he'll just.
There's also $200 in there.
What's that?
There's also $200 in there.
Oh yeah, he'll pocket the 200. He'll keep the book and then leave the coat in the lavatory. Just dump it on the floor.
Sure. I would say there's probably also a little compact. Is that what it's called? With a mirror and there's a little like woman's compact with like a little bit of rouge makeup and then a mirror on one side, like a flip open clamshell compact.
Okay, he'll keep that too.
Sure, mark it down. And also you can keep your Hoyle's Book of Games that's in your inventory already.
See what you did there.
How to get there?
I was there all along.
Jamming!
Yeah.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah, I've been doing this for a couple of decades.
All right, James. He leaves the lavatory and then is gonna head over. If he sees Thaddeus, he's gonna head over towards Thaddeus and the pitmaster.
You do see them. And
Henry! There you are, my boy. Come here. Come.
Yeah. Thaddeus will be like looking over frantically for you, and
I'll throw an arm around him. James, you have the money, my boy.
Of course. What do you take me for, Mr. Fane? I'm the best there ever was. And he opens the like tray of chips to show like all 10,000 chips.
Fantastic, wonderful. But listen, this is no ordinary game. Listen, it's the other players. Complete mystery. We don't know who they are. Also, we can't send in your friends with you. Peter and Penny. They have to stay out here. Me as well. Only you are allowed to go in, and you're going to have to be on the top of your game, son.
Don't you worry, Mr. Fane. Kind of like
James, I don't think you understand. This whole boat is owned by Remington. The Remington.
Remington? What's that? The gun guy?
Yes, the gun guy. The gun guy. And his guards are going to be in there. And you know, if Remington hired them, they're going to be good. So you're going to have to be on the top of your game. Whatever you do, you better do it well, or else...
Doesn't matter how good they are. I'm better.
That's the attitude. Well done, boy. Now, don't forget, shoulders straight, and I'm going to pull his shoulders back. Chin up, and remember, 40-60. And I'm going to push him forward.
Oh, shit.
Where are the twins? I'll go find them and make sure they don't get in any kind of trouble.
Jimmy
We're
said you were
heading
going.
downstairs.
You were going downstairs. I was coming upstairs.
Yep.
You're gonna swap me in 15 minutes. So Penny comes up the stairs.
Pause. Before, as you all are converging on the main lounge floor, you all see what I described before. I need everyone to roll notice. Also, I distributed a bunch of bennies because y'all are hilarious role players.
Thanks, Sandy.
Did I do it?
I noticed
something!
You did!
We noticed.
Okay, a lot of things are happening in here. You notice people are moving in and out. You see a couple of like older gentlemen moving in and out, moving into the. One older gentleman is moving into the room to the far left side. You see a younger rich gentleman moving into the close right wall. You see that someone, a kind of austere-looking older woman is kind of leaving the VIP lounge, where there are actually two women that are both kind of leaving the room where James is about to go. One is sort of an austere, older-looking woman, and a younger-looking woman who has a short conversation with Thaddeus. They all sort of converge on the main floor, sort of milling around the tables. But you do notice that the younger woman heads towards the kitchen area.
Mm.
And Phil, who you all notice, goes down some stairs, and in a few moments, you notice Sylvie comes up those same stairs. You're guessing the two of you that were in a conversation with Sylvie before are guessing they kind of have a changing of the shift. That's what you noticed. So we'll go with James. Haven't been with you in a minute.
All right, James is going into the private room.
Okay. You head in there. You see two women and two men sitting at a table. There are two empty spaces, and one of them says, looks up and just nods at you. The dealer sort of motions towards one of the chairs towards you. You're guessing this is more of a serious game where there's less like jawing between competitors, and it's more like deal with the dealer own kind of deals.
He's still gonna like kind of clear his throat. Like, James Walden, or Henry Walden. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Nice.
Ooh,
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Which one is it, son?
It's actually James Henry Walden, but I go by Henry.
Nice.
That's my boy.
That's pretty good.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check. Cover for your slip up.
Man.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
Nailed it. They all kind of nod. It seems like they don't give a shit. They were just making small talk. You know that even though it seems to be more of a serious game and probably most of the action is going to be happening through the dealer, there seems to be some small topics, some small talk happening, like just talking about the night, you know, how drinks were, how people are enjoying the cruise, that kind of thing, how business is going. Very, very boring, like bougie, small talk happening right now.
So, did you see what's been happening with the price of lumber recently? Oh, terrible, I say.
And fuck lumber. Copper's where it's at, I say. And then you hear another man saying, no, Copper's right out. I have some holdings out at Coffin Rock out west. It's tanking, I tell you. Tanking! Copper's nothing. And one of the women just like fans herself at the spit and says, I don't know about copper, but steel and silver, they're holding me just fine. And some of the other people at the table just nod and say, steel and silver, yes, that's where it's at. Steel and silver. Whereas the final woman says, I don't know what you are all talking about. I have most of my holdings in gold. And she just sort of like sits off in the corner. It is. I don't know. How does James feel about all this like highfalutin conversation happening?
He feels a little weird because he's not used to being in the rich company, but he's trying to make the best of it and trying to show that he fits in, that he belongs.
Sure. All right.
He's putting on his biggest bullshitty exterior, but on the inside he's like, holy shit, what's going on?
These people are acting like they don't give a single shit what happens to their $10,000 that they anteed for this game. So to them, this ante, which is probably like the most money that you've seen in your entire life,
yeah,
like
for sure,
nothing to them, and they're acting like it. You're not sure if it actually is nothing to them, but they're acting like it's nothing to them, and you believe it. But antes start going and the cards start flying, so why don't you roll your gambling dice and I'll get back to you. Thaddeus, we're going to come out to you in the main room. I want you to roll me another notice roll, please.
All right.
Nice. Yeah, explode that dice.
Love that explode.
Boom.
Boom! Notice. Yeah, you notice the same woman that you saw go into the kitchen.
Okay.
Come out. She has like a little tray of what looks to be some kind of like specially designed platter of food. This is that Cynthia Reynolds you saw before.
Yep. Miss Reynolds. Miss Reynolds, may I have a word with you?
Of course. She saunters over to you, and you start seeing some other servers kind of coming out of the kitchen with trays of food.
I couldn't help notice, but that you have been participating in some of the higher rolling games down below. I mean, I couldn't help notice you, obviously, because you're such a stunning beauty.
Well, thank you. I only... Well... You need to look for a little bit of excitement in life. Don't you? I can't find excitement elsewhere these days.
Absolutely, and it seems that you've come to the right place, and if anybody could find that excitement, it seems it would be you. Your expertise at cards is only surpassed by your sheer loveliness.
I am so sorry, but you never told me your name.
Oh, did I not? Thaddeus Fane. Fane Industries, perhaps you've heard of me?
Never.
Oh, well, I'm starting to make my rounds around the bigger cities on the East Coast. Got my start out on the West. So, I just have to ask, are you going to be participating in the VIP game? It's very mysterious, very exciting.
Go ahead and roll your persuasion.
Yeah, you got it.
Do it.
I'm going to re-roll that with my charisma.
Sure.
Oh, wait, I don't need to. I succeeded, but...
You already succeeded.
Yeah. Okay.
You still got a success.
Yeah.
Because you got charisma.
I do.
Honestly, Mr. Fane, I'm not here for the game. I'm here for networking, a little bit of meet and greet, and frankly, maybe looking for a little bit of investments in my own endeavors, as I'm sure you are. The games are fine, if you want to compare deck sizes, so to speak.
Oh, that's a penis joke.
Quite droll, Miss Reynolds. Actually, I wanted to mention that my business partner, somebody who I've been working with just recently, a young Henry Walden, perhaps you've heard of him?
Just tonight, actually, yes.
Anyways, he's kind of, young and a bit foolish for his age, but
Were
he
we all?
has he has come into some earnings this evening and has decided to partake in the VIP game. Anyways, between you and I, he kind of, you see, Miss Reynolds, Henry, he fancies you. Looked a lot into your work as a businesswoman, of course, and also fancies you as, one of the fairer sex. My worry, forgive me, my worry is that while he's playing in the game with you, that he will tend to be distracted.
Well, I have only two things to assuage your fears, sir.
Yes?
First, I won't be playing in the VIP games tonight.
Oh, thank goodness.
Second, I am an aggrieved widow. My husband died of an attack of the heart not but 1 month ago. But
very, very sorry.
my heart is yet to be set for another, even of a younger, wealthier sex.
I understand. Well, I'm glad to hear that he will not be distracted. And I hope that you take no offense by his, pining. It's love is a young man's game, as they say.
She just gives you a very a calming and knowing smile, and sort of reaches up to sort of make sure that her hat and her the strap that's sort of holding her hat on are all set. And she says, actually roll common knowledge.
All right.
Because you got that. Yeah! You got it. Yeah, so you would actually recognize that the particular flower arrangement that she has on her hat, she has a single black flower within a crochet of red flowers. You recognize that as a symbol of mourning.
Gotcha.
Particular, which she kind of takes care to make sure that everyone is well set on their head.
Mm-hmm.
She just nods at you and says, "You have nothing to fear, and frankly, if you would be so kind as to let your friend know that I am emotionally, socially, and financially unavailable."
I will do so. And forgive me, madam, I'm just concerned. Our friend is gambling some of our joint earnings, and I just don't wish to see all of our hard work go down the drain. Just, if you're not playing in the game, would you happen to know who is?
She looks over towards the deal, the pit boss over there, and says, "I don't right now, but I might be able to find out for you. Go ahead and roll your persuasion."
Okay, I will.
And this will count as your.
Exploded. 2 9s.
Howie.
A 9, nice. Yeah, so you get a raise. So I will say that this will count as a +2 roll for everyone within earshot as you're making the rounds roll.
Yep.
As she kind of goes over and starts to have a hushed conversation with the pit boss, and she comes back to you. She sort of grabs a drink off of a tray of a nearby server walking by and takes a little sip and starts talking to you about the details of what's going on in there.
Yeah. Listen to us gossiping like schoolgirls. Isn't this fun?
It has been a while since you've been a schoolgirl. It has been for me.
I guess not. I'm grabbing a drink off the tray as well. As she says that.
Good show, chap. Good show.
Let's get to the twins. You guys see these. Phil kind of heads downstairs, and you see Sylvie kind of grumbling and coming back upstairs with her kind of obviously going through a couple of limbering up motions. She may have been sitting for a little while downstairs, but she's sort of stretching her neck muscles and arm muscles. Obvious signs that you guys have used before, as far as getting ready to have your arms loose, ready to go. But yeah, you're kind of down on the lounge floor. You see gamblers all over the floor. You see servers going around. You see James is going into one of the rooms. You see Thaddeus is chatting with a well-dressed lady in morning clothes off to the side.
I'll head over towards Thaddeus, but kind of hang back until he's done conversing.
And Peter, you were going to go downstairs?
Yeah, I'm gonna go check out the games.
Hey.
What? You're
Don't do
such a
anything-
nag.
I was gonna say don't do anything stupid, but that seems naggy now.
Okay. I mean, we only killed one guy tonight, so it'll be fine.
That was all you to kick the drunk guy off the ship. That was you. Don't put that on me.
I believe you're all like, look at me while I pay, and then I pushed him overboard.
That's not what happened.
And I feel very confident that we
No,
stole
I was
it, but
like,
I'll be
"Look at me like I
downstairs.
paid," and then you stole his money, and then I made you puke on him, and then you threw him overboard.
Yeah, I don't like how that ended. Well, all right. Good luck to you. I'll be downstairs. Just use our call if you need my help.
Yeah, I'll use your name. Hey, listen, don't tell anybody what you did, all right? I'm keeping that zipped.
Yep.
Keep it zipped between you and me.
Keep that as zipped
Hey,
up. Hey,
file that.
Peter, Piper Two Pence is not a snitch.
Well, sometimes you snitch on yourself real bad.
Are you saying don't go down?
I'm
Downstairs?
saying don't tell anybody what you did.
Okay. I'll keep. Maybe. Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be back. In a couple of minutes. We'll look around.
I got a feeling about this. Okay, see you later.
I got some great feelings. The ladies up here, the guys downstairs, it'll be fine. I'm gonna go downstairs.
Peter Piper.
Yeah.
You go down. You see a game of people chilling. You notice that they're like of your same cloth. A lot of like gunmen dressed up in clothes that they probably have no right of being dressed up in usually. Some of them will look a little bit more comfortable in those clothes, but most of them are like obviously looking for ways to make their guns more accessible and more comfortable for themselves. People that are more used to wearing a holster than they are to wearing nice suits, right?
I noticed that.
You notice that.
That's amazing. As soon as I walk in,
Oh, Jesus. It's about fucking time I found some fuckers like me and I
Watch your
walk on it.
profanity.
I do profanity.
$5 buy-in.
I'm fucking in. Let's do this.
All right, you put down. Why don't you go ahead and you see that there's Phil that you noticed up before. He's like a blonde guy. His hair's kind of like combed, slicked back a little bit with some pomade to make it nice and slick to his hair. Smells nice too.
my hair is just frizzed.
Nice. He knows he knows as you sit down and says, "Man, is your boss okay with that?" And you see him. He hands you a little can about the size of like a snuff can. It's called Dapper Dan's pomade.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me see what I can do about that.
And I just kind of like just.
He hands you a comb. No, man, you gotta slap it back and forth, and then.
Okay, I think I got it. It look better now? Alright, deal me in. Let's do this.
All right, roll your gambling.
Fuck yeah.
Whoa, you have D6 in it?
Nice. So middle of this game, so you lose $20 from that $1,000.
Yeah.
From that $1,000 before, or $500, however much you split with Penny.
Penny's gonna be real upset with me.
Mark for $500, by the way. You both can mark $500 if you split it.
So I gave
500?
I split it by giving her 800 and I took 200.
Nice. Oh wow, that was nice. So you only have 180 left.
Oh, well, it wasn't really nice. He genuinely thought he split it in half.
Yeah, I split that shit in half.
Penny, you gotta be careful.
You can have $800, Penny.
Deal me back in, you fuckers. Let's do this.
So they keep dealing. You notice that another one of the gun hands. You guess that this one's name is Regina.
You look like a Regina to me. Are you Regina? My name is Peter.
She comes down the stairs. You actually notice that she's like holding her coat out like about 1.5 feet ahead of her.
Oh
And
shit, that's not a good sign.
Well, as she her other hand's underneath the coat, and as she reveals it, she's actually carrying one of the trays of like drinks and food. So there's like
Oh, thank God! I thought it was.
there's like a bottle of like whiskey on top of there, and several like little aperitifs spread around. So
Hey,
she's like,
here's a 20. Bring that right over to the table over here. Come on.
she
Come on, settle down.
she spreads it out, and she the bottle of whiskey is slammed down in the middle for you guys, and you're welcome to partake if you wish.
I'm gonna partake.
Got it.
That's a mighty fine whiskey.
Okay.
Ha ha.
Yeah, it's good.
There's a little
Go
bit.
ahead and roll your vigor.
Oh, I'm real good at that.
I don't feel like I'm good at that at all. Oh, I'm okay. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
It's strong stuff, and she brought a full. There's only like 6 of you down here, but she brought a full thing. You notice a couple other. Maybe there's like word has spread that like there's booze and games and food down here, but more and more of these gun hands are kind of like filtering down into the hold.
So I would like to try to, as I'm just fucking around, I'm looking for who actually looks like a edgy fighter. Like who actually I would be concerned about. The rest of these fuckers I don't care about, but
Sure.
I'm just looking to see who truly is an actual experienced gunman.
You want to hear some shit?
I'll let her hear all this shit.
Roll your notice.
God damn.
Hey, I'm looking pretty good around here. That guy
Hey,
looks pretty good.
Forrest still makes it.
Yep.
She looks pretty good. He's an idiot.
Phil looks all right. You're guessing that like there's a couple of people. You catch their names as like Edward and Jane. They look like they're probably like decent fighters. They seem to like just be carrying themselves around their weapons a little bit better. Several of these people like obviously know their way around a gun, but not as well as like you or Penny would. Even Phil and Jane probably don't quite know their way around a gun as well as you and Penny do, but pretty close.
Hey, hey there, Phil. It's come on, be honest with me. Is that a cold army? I mean, come on.
Oh, man, my wages I can only afford the frontier. How about you?
Jesus. You know, I do okay. You know, I don't want to brag. I don't want to brag at all. I do okay.
Hey, there's no bragging here. We all earn our keep. We know we earn pennies based on what they earn.
All right, look, it's a frontier. I'm sorry. I didn't want to outshine you. It's okay.
It's all right. I can't afford a peacekeeper.
One day, right? Tell them fuckers upstairs.
Frankly, in New York City, probably all I need is a frontier.
Yeah, probably. He's heady slickers.
And I'm gonna pour him more alcohol.
What could possibly happen in New York City?
I heard that some things could happen and people fall off the boat. I mean, I don't know. It's a scary world.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like the South's going to rise up again and take us over, right?
Yeah, the zombies would appear. I don't even know what those are. I'm gonna try to keep him drinking.
Sure.
I am not drinking anymore. I took the first shot.
Okay.
And that's it.
Eating any of the food?
Oh, it's poisoned.
Fuck, why would you say that?
I can tell by the way he asked. Why did he ask like that?
Why do you get a hell?
Yeah, I would eat the food. I would eat the food without hesitation.
Oh, that's a pretty good finger sandwich.
Listen, if you wanted to pull some shit on a boat, you would get all the hired guns down into the basement, playing a game, and you would poison them.
Why did you let Peter Piper Two Pence go in the basement alone?
All right. So if you're going to be like trying to get him to drink and without drinking yourself,
that's my goal. Yeah.
I think that would be a probably just persuasion check.
Oh, okay. How is he gonna do it? I'm gonna explode that dice.
Hey. All right.
Come on, what are you, a woman? You drink a couple more of them drinks there, sonny.
You're able to get a way of like not actually drinking, but make it think like you're drinking and eating a lot. Like you eat and drink a little bit, but not as much, and you're able to talk them into like keep things going without you. But yeah, you keep the game going for a little while.
Okay.
Up top, I want to get back to James. James, what was that roll?
That roll was a 5.
Nice. So you're winning. You are winning. Yep, you are winning.
Winning.
It's probably been like half an hour or so. You can already tell you're winning a few hands. You're feeling pretty good. You're already up like several $1,000s over your $10,000 buy-in, and there's like hours to go before here. Drink and food are kind of flowing in. This is the VIP room, so they're like constantly bringing in like bottles and little trays of food that they set in between each of you guys as you go. Yeah. Any kind of like interactions you want to have with the scene?
James would be like, you know, you guys were talking about the gold and silver and all that, but have you heard about the ghost rock? I haven't had any dealings with that, but what do you all know?
Ghost rock. Some of the people like pick up some food and drink, and they're like drinking alongside this. And well, it's a volatile investment. Let me tell you that. It's worthwhile if you're into the subsidiary investments, such as the shipping and receiving veins of the railroad system. I'll give you that. It's worthwhile. However, gold's worth more on its own. Ghost rock is worth more than silver, that's for sure. But it's not worth as much as gold unless you also have investments in the railroad and shipping systems.
Yes, of course. Yeah, diversity is very important. How much do you spread out your portfolio? And he's gonna kind of like try to keep everybody like babbling, talking about their businesses in the meantime, while he's kind of like trying to read their eyes and see if he can pick up on any tells or anything.
Go ahead and I think taunt seems appropriate unless you think of something else.
Yeah, taunt, maybe that'll work.
All right. Yeah, you're able to get a little bit of an edge. Why don't you give yourself +1 on your next gambling roll?
Okay.
You eating or drinking any of the stuff that's coming in?
Yeah, he'll definitely eat some of the food, and he'll take maybe some sips of the alcohol, but he kind of wants to keep his skills sharp.
You're about to put the. All right. Go ahead and roll another gambling roll, actually.
Okay.
And I'm going to go to Thaddeus for a second here. Thaddeus, what are you doing out in the main room? Thaddeus and nice.
I would say I'm generally trying to gather more information about whether this VIP game is the top game. If there's any other leads I can find on the boat while they're doing this, and I'm nervously glancing at the VIP door, waiting for James to finish his game.
Sure. Why don't you roll me a notice check? Penny, what are you doing?
As soon as Thaddeus finishes this conversation with the woman and she wanders off, Penny's gonna rush up to him. Not rush up, but like walk up to him.
What do you want to say?
Hey,
Oh,
hey.
Penelope!
Did Sir Walden tell you that we won all the money he needed for that game?
You did?
Yeah, we
did.
won it. Yeah, there's like a secret basement game, and we went down there and we won it.
In cards, you and your brother won that much money.
We did. It was mostly Peter. Peter doesn't have a violent bone in his body, but he's real good at cards.
The one that was kicked by the donkey.
Well, it was more like a step-in. You ever seen those like Irish step dancers that step real fast and real high? It was like that, but less graceful and more bloody. And there's a lot of screaming.
I don't think I'll ever be able to watch one of them. I don't think I'll be able to watch Irish. I don't think I'll be able to watch it the same way again. But
I can't. It gives me nightmares.
Well, I never would have thought that you two would be able to come by that amount of money, honestly. But well done.
It was very honest how we came by it.
Well, you'll be pleased to know that our young James is in the VIP session at the moment, and you see Thaddeus keeps nervously glancing over his shoulder at the door.
Myself? What if they shoot him?
What's that? No. James is too good for that. He would not get in any kind of hot water, and even if he does, that's why you're here.
People don't plan on getting shot. It just happens.
Ah, yeah. That's very wise of you. Listen, perhaps...
You want me to go in there? I should go in there.
No. He's not allowed to have any guards. The guards that are in there, they're Remington's men.
That's sketchy as fuck.
Do you know who Remington is?
He makes guns.
He does. He makes guns. The very ammunition that is in your gun.
Well, I don't have a Remington. That shit's expensive, but you think all his guards are carrying Remingtons?
I think whatever his guards are carrying, it is the best of the best.
Oh, I should tell Peter. We need to maybe play another game.
This is probably about the time you guys would be switching shifts.
Okay.
Also,
where is the poor boy?
He's winning more money.
Have I won any money?
roll your gambling.
Hell yeah. Oh, okay.
Sure. You won a little bit of money. You probably won like $100.
Okay, back up to 280.
Well, anyways, once James has won the pot, and we are all the richer, we leave the ship. No shenanigans. Penny, no shenanigans.
No. None of those.
And once we are safely off the ship and far away from the city, then we will split the take. Right?
You don't think it's strange that they've sequestered him in a room with their own guards?
I didn't think it was strange until you mentioned it.
I mean, I'm just saying, if we're going to pull some shenanigans, which I'm not going to. You said no shenanigans. I agree, no shenanigans. Shenanigans. But if...
What's a shenanigan?
What's a shenanigan?
You say it one more time. Listen, but if we're going to have some of those things happening, that's how I do it. I'd say, oh, come in here. It's real fancy. You can't have your guard. You don't need them. If somebody says you don't need something, that's when you need it the most.
You see Thaddeus is starting to, scratch at the back of his neck, and he's chewing on his fingernails. You think he's in danger? Real danger?
This is probably about when Peter Piper comes up to switch shifts with his sister.
Hey, sister, I spent about $300, and I made about $200. Feel like I did pretty good.
Oh, that's better than I thought you'd do. Good job.
Damn right.
Hey, listen, I got a new idea. Hey.
Oh, what? I'm listening. Let me talk about good here.
Oh, yeah, turn around. Watch my lips. Watch my lips.
What?
Okay. Oh, God, man, what is stuck in your pants?
Some of the people at the adjacent tables are starting to give you guys weird glances. Having all these conversations out in the middle of the game.
Oh, that's where I keep my winnings. I keep them down on my crotchel.
I believe, Thaddeus speaks very loudly, I could use some fresh air. You two, with me.
Oh, yeah. Let just over there.
To the moonlight.
Oh, okay.
I'll step out onto the deck and light a cigar. Okay.
Hold up.
Yep.
While they walk ahead of you, because I haven't resolved your raise on your notice check.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So while they walk ahead of you, something out of the corner of your eye, sort of tickles the back of your brain. You look over and you notice you almost go into a Sherlock Holmes sort of brain palace stance where you sort of start glancing around and you gather everything, and you notice you just take a moment and watch the flow of the people, and you gather that most of the gambling rooms, the VIP rooms, have people in general leaving them slowly, but leaving them. You also notice that the food trays are sort of flowing amply, and
I'm gonna die.
you just have a you just have this like tickle in the back of your mind that like something seems to be circling around James's room, which feels different than the other rooms. The other rooms aren't behaving the same way as his room. People are leaving the other rooms. No one has left James' room. More and more food trays are going in with drinks and food. You notice there's a flow of people from the other rooms, of people going in, people leaving. You assume as they lose money, they're leaving. And people go in as there's like seats open. No one has left or entered James's room.
Petty. Peter.
They're both gone.
Oh,
They're both upstairs. This is you sort of pause to like turn around and take in all of this while they were walking upstairs, and they're now up on the upper deck.
Where the hell did Thaddeus go?
I'll head up to join them.
All right.
It says that Remington's guards are probably got really nice guns. So if we do that thing again where I pretend that I gotta take a leak, this time I actually do gotta take a leak.
And then we steal their guns?
Yeah,
not
but this
their
time,
money?
well, we could do both. But this time,
You
don't kill
push
them.
him over the ship.
We're not gonna kill anybody else.
I need to know something from Rachel and Dane. Have either of you, or would either of you have taken drinks or food from the trays wandering around?
Yep.
I took a champagne when I was talking to what's-her-face.
I drank a champagne.
That feels reasonable. I was just checking.
Yeah, she like hasn't had a bunch, but like if something interesting went by the tray, she would have just like snagged one and shoved it in her mouth.
Sure. At this point, James, I'm going to get back to you and your. I don't forget your guys' rolls. I'm getting back to your rolls. James, I'm getting back to your roll. You rolled a raise on your gambling.
Oh,
That's right.
I'll forget that. I'll forget that shit. All right, so you're rolling.
money.
Wow. You've probably like tripled your money at this point, and for some reason, like everyone at the table seems to be like staying in. And roll a notice check.
Yeah, this is a little weird. At least somebody would have left by now.
Correct.
James' experience.
Oh, you did pretty good.
You glance around because you're used to people leaving your games whenever you like start winning super big, which you do pretty often. You're smart. You're a really smart guy. You win smart, so you only win on big hands. You usually like lose some small hands, then win big hands, and then say, "Oh, it's bad luck," and people believe you. But this is a high stakes table. You're not used to this kind of situation. People are sticking around. You're not sure if they just don't give a shit because they have a lot of money and this is small beans to them. This is a little out of your element. But everyone's staying around. You've tripled your money. You're at about $30,000 right now.
Man, let's see, would James stick
Roll a vigor
around?
check.
Oh,
Roll a
shit.
what? Vigor check? Okay.
Whoa.
And so it begins.
Do it. Yeah.
Oh,
that's a
yeah,
good sign.
explode!
There it is.
Raise it.
Wowie.
Your eyes start to swim in front of you, and you kind of like blink your eyes a little bit as you look up over your cards. They look a little bit hazy, kind of like swimming a little bit in front of your eyes, and you notice some of the other players in front of you are seem to be kind of like shaking their heads, thinking back over the last 15-20 minutes. Might explain some of their behaviors of like extra working or acting just a little bit like extra drunkenly or making bets that just didn't make much sense to you. Some of it maybe starts to make a little sense if maybe everyone is, including you, maybe just a little bit tipsy. What do you want to do, James?
So James is gonna look around. He says, "Oh boy, not used to drinking such fine cognac. This is, I think I could use a little bit of fresh air if y'all don't mind." And he's gonna kind of motion to the dealer to kind of gather up his chips.
Oh, that can't be good.
Okay.
37 damage.
You're dead.
As you start to stand up, you kind of have to place your hand on the table to sort of balance yourself.
Yeah.
And this feels weird. you can roll a smarts if you want to try to figure out what's going on, but you feel strange. As you notice, several other figures around the table start slumping down, forehead first upon the table. Yeah. This is more than just drunk to you. You feel like you may have been slipped a Mickey.
He's gonna... dealer is... I need a little help here, if you don't mind.
Dealer, like, chair falls over on the floor.
Oh shit!
Oh no!
Is there anybody in the private room that's not affected that I can that I see?
You see that one of the guys that was sort of like just leaning up against the walls, you're guessing one of like the private guards who was sort of owned by the ship company, is sort of like staggering and sort of like wiping their eyes a little bit and shaking their head and looks over towards you and says, "What? Who is that?"
It's me, Henry. I've been here the whole time. What's going on?
All right, Henry, you just you see them reach under their nice duster and pull out this long peacemaker pistol. Say, you just sit tight. I'm gonna look out, see what's going on. And they start heading towards the door, sort of like feeling their way along the table out towards the door to the main chamber. Out in the main chamber, which is all three of you at this point, as you guys were about to switch shifts between Penny and Peter. The three of you all make figure checks.
Oh no!
Boy. That's not gonna go well.
Where's my vigor? There it is.
Oh, Thaddeus.
Yeah, explode that shit. I was born to live!
Nice.
Oh shit!
All right, Thaddeus, you're starting to swoon. You're starting to see double as you feel like you're under the influence as you have not been since you were a young chap. I will say you probably have a -1 to your physical die rolls.
There you two
As
are.
you're just sort of swimming, you didn't critically fail, so you're not like unconscious.
There you two are. 2, 4. Multiplied.
Peter, he went and got drunk.
You know, you gotta keep an eye on your intake there, sir.
I can hold my liquor better than any man.
Thaddeus is kind of stumbling at this point. Penny, you notice this. You also are feeling like drunker than you ought to be based on how much you've had. So you kind of like clutch yourself on the nearest table and sort of swoon a little bit. Penny, you look up and you see people across most of the tables just going like forehead to table, down in front of you. Guards, gamblers, pretty much everyone.
Penny, I think you might have been on to something.
There are like two people around the outskirts who seem to be like shaking their heads, but seem to be okay around the outside. Peter,
Slap my face.
you did great. So you noticed all of this. You can actually make out that across the way, close to the kitchen, you see a attractive woman in a dark gown with kind of a bouquet of flowers on her dark cap, sort of watching all of this, sort of unplussed. You rolled enough raises that you realize that she is like not surprised at all by any of this happening.
Oh shit!
She sort of watches, and you see her sort of give a nod to a few of the people that are standing around the outskirts of the gambling room, and they all super nonchalantly, not expecting much of a fight at all, just sort of like reach down both arms. One pulls out a gun, and one pulls out a knife in both of their hands.
Peter's gonna fucking die.
You see one of them just run up towards the closest person and just slit their throat with a knife.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Fuck!
We went straight to murder.
Oh Jesus!
And roll initiative.
This ain't no
We're
theft.
led to murder.
I'd like to free slap my sister in the face.
Yeah. Yeah,
wake
Peter,
up.
Peter, slap me.
I think
we
you draw the
draw
cards.
cards. Draw cards.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so no
There's
initiative.
no initiative. Yeah, you just.
It's time to deal.
Let me add in people because there's people.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Hey guys. Y'all having fun?
I was not expecting that.
As soon as Andy asked like the third time about like who's eating food, no, we're all fucked.
No, I was just enjoying the ride. I was like,
he keeps asking if we're eating the food. That means we shouldn't have eaten the food.
Yeah.
No, everything's gonna be great.
We're expecting no murder boat.
I mean, maybe we threw off one of the hired guns. You know,
Yeah.
a little weaker.
I think this lady has some kind of axe to grind with the upper crust.
I'm gonna ask her some questions.
We just happen to be part of the grinding stone.
Oh no!
Well, we know that at least James makes it off this boat.
That's true. He gets out okay.
Oh,
What did you do?
oh shit! Cynthia got an ace.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no!
Did you get 2 jokers or just pop up twice?
She's got one. Oh, the gunman got an ace too.
Wait, does that mean we get a Benny? Is that what happens?
No,
Everyone gets a Benny.
The villain got a joker.
Well, yeah, but everyone gets a Benny when someone tries a joke.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna Benny that shit up.
I think you guys already
Benny.
I don't remember. I could have spent mine.
This joker results a villain awarding Benny to all villains and adding 1 to GM.
Well, that's bullshit.
I had 2. I'm up to 3, so I definitely got one.
I feel like I spent my 1, so yeah, that makes sense.
The woman who's over by the kitchen, Cynthia, she glances over towards you and you hear say, "Shh," and you hear her mutter some sort of arcane curse in your direction, and the entire room,
Peter,
descends into darkness.
Oh,
she uses a dark power against you all.
Oh, not like she didn't knock us all out, but like actual darkness.
No. Duration 10 minutes.
It seems like cheating.
Hey, she's got powers. She's a spellcaster. She makes the entire lounge area engulfed in darkness. And she says, as you hear a voice say, "Get rid of everyone you can, boys. If you find them standing, kill them." As you hear some other sounds of blades leaving sheaths, and you hear some wet sounds surrounding you. And as the gunman go next, one of the gunmen goes next. Thaddeus, you were in darkness. What do you want to do?
I would like to shout out into the darkness. Listen, lads. Whatever she's paying you, I'll pay you double.
Nice. I almost believe you. Oh, you explode that, Ted.
Holy shit.
That's amazing.
Woo! 3 raises.
Yeah.
Which is 4, 8, 12, 16. Yeah, 3 raises. Jesus.
Nicely done.
You hear a lot of boot stops and murmurs across the room as people seem to like stop moving. I'm gonna roll their smarts to see if what they think of this situation.
They're probably real dumb.
Boss don't pay me to think. Boss pay me to kill.
All right, yeah, you see a lot of like footsteps stop, or you hear a lot of footsteps stopping in this darkness as you hear some murmurs, and one of them says, "Come on, guys! Boss has guaranteed us money. You gotta listen to this fool." And some of the other ones are starting to say like, "I mean, double money's pretty good though, Paul.
Double it, triple it, whatever it takes."
You seem to have given several of them pause.
Nice.
I'll say that's your action. Do you wanna move? You can move. You can try to find a wall or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna stumble against a wall and find a railing to hold myself up if I can.
Sure. And I'll say you even find like one of the doors to like one of the other gambling rooms that James wasn't in. If you want to go in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna duck in there.
All right, James. You hear some thumps coming from outside of the room, and you hear some shouts, including a shout from your friend Thaddeus outside.
All right, James is gonna move to the door and try to poke his head outside.
You see the pitch darkness, and you hear a voice coming from your pocket saying, "Want a light, partner?"
Yeah, he pats it. Says, "All right, let's see what you can do."
All right. We're gonna deal with the devil.
Yeah!
Time deal with the devil.
devil.
So that would be
Devil went down to New York.
yeah, right. So dealing with the devil is a huckster ability. Let's see, sidebar, edges. Arcane background, huckster. There it is. There it is. Dealing with the devil. First up, here it is. So, here's how to do it. First off, you have to spend a Benny.
Spend the Benny.
Spend it.
Then you choose a power. In this case, the Manitou, the spirit that you're dealing with, is suggesting to use the light power to get rid of this darkness.
Oh, that sounds amazing. You should do that.
Doing it.
So the power points for light would be 2 power points. So you're ending up 2 power points.
Okay.
That's your second point. So you're ending 2. Gamble. Make a gambling roll.
Yay.
Do it. Do it so good.
Nice.
4.
So you draw 5 cards plus 1 extra card for a success, or 2 extra cards with a raise.
Cards.
So how do we do that? I think it's
I
under
would
that.
draw the cards.
So here, I'm going to deal you cards.
Dealing with the devil.
So I get 6 cards, I guess.
There it is. So you have...
Oh, 3 of a kind.
Nice.
Oh, shit.
So, make a poker hand. Put together the best poker hand from this card you drew and consult the Dealing with the Devil table. Dealing with the Devil. 3 of a kind is worth 6 power points.
All right.
So you made 6. So if you wouldn't have made enough power points, it means the devil wins.
Oh, no.
Which we won't talk about what happened if the devil wins. But in this case, So in this case, what does it look like when you deal with your Manitou?
James, he kind of like, he hears the voice and he reaches into the pocket where the book is and he just kind of like thumbs through the pages into the pocket, but he's not actually pulling it out. And he's like, all right, let's see what you can do. And he kind of like just gestures his hand out, you know, as he's like, with the other hand, he's kind of thumbing through the pages and he's just like waiting for something to happen. And then this light just explodes outward, fills the room. And he kind of like looks at himself like, I didn't know I could do that.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So the darkness sort of dissipates away from James in a wave as you just hear a chuckle in your head, James, and there's no words, but you get a feeling of you owe me one in your head. Nice. Next up is Thaddeus. So now it is light in there. Wait, did you already go?
Somehow it dealt a jack to.
Yeah, when you dealt him
cards.
Right.
Yeah. So it should have been Penny.
It's 2 10s and an 8 and a 7. Yeah.
I was glad.
Nice.
How are you?
Paid or pop
Peter
for
was
2
funny.
pants.
Yeah.
So one of the other gunmen is gonna draw up, and now that the light's out, is going to draw on Penny and
We out,
Steph.
Penny.
Don't you
Shit to him.
don't you shoot my sister.
Oh wait, no, this is the one that. Sorry, this is the one. Oh shit. No, that's fine. This is the one that made its roll, and it starts shaking instead. Looks towards you, Thaddeus, and says, "Double? That's $500." That's gonna be his turn as he sort of holds his action, waiting for you, Thaddeus. Peter Piper, it's your turn. You see four gunmen are sort of like all out with pistols and knives drawn. They seem to be going around the room. Several people's throats have been slit already. You see the woman probably at medium range away from you at the kitchen end of the table with her kind of hat on and long dark gown on, dark like duster coat on.
I'm gonna. Is there anything that I can hide behind?
Lots of tables, lots of bodies.
I'm gonna kind of run over to one of the tables and I'm gonna go.
I don't know what your deal is, but I didn't like those finger sandwiches too much.
And I'm gonna shoot at. I'm gonna pull both my guns with like a flourish, and I'm gonna aim for one of the dudes that isn't thinking about taking $500, and I'm
Sure.
I'm gonna open fire.
Everyone except gunman number 1. Gunman 2, 3, and 4 are all kind of like wavering.
I'm gonna look at your one, and I'm gonna shoot him.
I'm gonna open it up on Bodom.
Both of them. 2 shots, one with left and one with right.
Okay, this is my left one.
Nice.
That's a raise.
Um.
So you get an extra D6 damage on that.
Okay, so you want me to roll
Right.
damage first?
Yep, go ahead.
Alright, so
Roll your normal damage. Since you got a raise, it should automatically do it.
I don't
So-
know. I don't know if I did.
Didn't do it. So roll it.
You
Roll
have to
another.
click that. You have to click that little D6 in the
does my
bottom
6
left corner.
explode?
Oh yeah, there's a plus damage button. You have to
Oh,
click.
that's right.
6 does explode.
Yeah.
12 damage. That's 2 raises. All right. So that's on which one? Gunman.
You said one was the guy that wasn't noticed, or
Correct. One.
yeah. So one.
One was shaky, and the rest were not shaky.
Oh, I wouldn't have shot him. Sorry. Then just any one of them. Number 3.
Number 3. So he gets 2 wounds.
And I'm gonna shoot him again with my right hand. Same guy.
How do I give him a wound?
Give him a wound. Can you put him on the tracker? Can I drop it onto him?
Gunman 3. Oh, are they invisible?
Yeah, we don't smoke.
Yes.
Sorry, guys. There's Gunman
That's
3.
okay.
All right. That's Gunman 3. Fuck you, Gunman 3.
Oh, sorry. So he has 2 wounds already.
Okay.
Because you raised him twice, so he has 2 wounds. Yeah. All right, you're good to go.
All right.
That was your first shot.
So now if I drag it onto him,
And you should have a -2.
yeah, it should automatically do it. We'll double check.
Yeah, it did it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
got it.
hell yeah. So then,
Single hit.
okay, so this one doesn't do the extra D6.
So now roll your damage. Yep.
6.
There it goes.
So he was already shaken. So since he's already shaken, he gets a 3rd wound, which puts him down.
Oh yeah.
Bam, bam, bam.
You put
And then
that coming down.
I'm gonna duck behind. I go.
Get up, Penny. I don't know what you're doing over there. Stop fucking around. This is what they pay us for.
And I'm ducking behind the table.
Yeah, Peter.
I am up. You're laying down on the job.
All right. Gunman 3 goes down with a couple of gunshots from from Peter. Next up is Penny.
I would like to run over and join Peter. So, one more time, which gunmen are hesitating?
The regular gunman is hesitating. 2, 3, and 4 are not hesitating.
Or not?
They're the ones that are. Yeah, they seem to be like, what?
What?
We already got $500. We're fine.
Girl.
Yeah, they roll pretty well.
She'll run over to Peter. And she will shoot at gunman 4.
You got it. So you
Penny.
should be able to drag it right onto him in the tracker.
Combat.
So everyone except for, if you're attacking Cynthia, let me know, because you're going to be at range to have a range penalty against her.
Oh,
I
no.
want to spend a penny.
You cannot spend a penny on a
No,
critical
no.
failure.
Failure.
God,
Sorry.
Penny,
Shoot
play
Peter.
hide-and-seek. Oh,
No, you don't shoot Peter. However, you shoot. These guys are off to the side towards like the bar areas. You shoot over behind this gunman 4, and it shoots a kind of a gas lantern that's behind him, which explodes and leaves this like huge hole in the wall. And you see water start like spurting in through the side of the wall. As fire starts to spread over the casks of wine and whiskey that are along the side of the wall.
Oh, they both set the ship on fire. I was kidding.
oh, Penny, what'd you do?
So that was your action.
Well, I get 2 shots, right? Because I've got the 2 that I did. Or 2.
Sure, if you're shooting with both, did you take -2 to both?
So I thought that I didn't have a penalty because I had the edge.
Got the edge. What edge do you have?
Each hand is 2 different actions without triggering a multi-action penalty.
Okay.
Is that not how that works?
Yep.
So I can do 2 guns each round?
That's pretty
I
sweet.
have a penalty I didn't realize I had because I'm not strong enough to hold my guns. They're too heavy. Okay. I'm going to shoot at...
You'll still get -2 for your offhand though, because that's the trait Abe got is he's ambidextrous, so he doesn't have penalty for his offhand.
So his penalty is for...
So he has
Shoot twice.
Multi-action penalty.
If he does multi-action, it's -2 to both hands, but it's not an additional -2 to his offhand. So you would get -2 to your offhand.
Okay. 2-gun kid. Fire a weapon in each hand.
Because offhand penalty is still -2.
Okay.
In addition to the -2 for multi-action.
Okay, so I just don't have the -2 for multi-action, but I have
Correct.
the -1 because I'm not strong enough.
That's my understanding of it.
All right. So
You still have -2 to
-2.
your offhand. If you take both, then you would have a 0 penalty.
Okay.
Don't critical fail again.
Jesus, Penny.
I want to spend a penny.
Spin the Benny.
So you would only have -2. A total of -2.
No, I have -1. I didn't realize I have a -1 because I don't have the strength minimum for these guns.
Okay.
I didn't realize that until I shot
What
one
the
the
hell
first
are
time.
you shooting with?
Well,
That's right.
they were so friggin' heavy. I got the ones that look the best. I didn't. It's fine. It's fine. I'm firing these guns at a penalty.
Carbines are two-handed
yeah.
weapons.
Explode.
There it is.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's good though. So you got a raise. All right, so you get to roll. So it's with the Benny. Okay, so you get to roll damage with the raise. So you get an extra whatever.
Click that D6 thing. Yeah.
And then I roll damage.
Roll it on the person.
Roll it on the person.
Roll plus damage on the person.
Oh,
Bingo,
yeah.
bango.
Okay.
That's good.
Two wounds.
So there. What was that? Coming. So you got 2 wounds.
Peter,
So he's looking rough.
if the ship fills with water and starts to sink, do you want me to shoot you before you drown?
That's a pretty good idea, sis.
All right.
Oh, he's incapacitated.
Yeah.
Oh hell, incapacitate.
Because he's an extra, he doesn't have wounds.
Oh, okay.
So once you apply one wound, then he's incapacitated. So you got a gunman for it.
Nice.
I'm still learning this system. Learning on the fly. All right, Penny, you got a guy. Yeah, I got it.
Wilhelm.
It's like Shadows of the Empire.
That's right.
All right, Gunman 2 is gonna gear up and shoot. He's got a Colt Frontier. He is going to shoot twice. Once at Peter and once at Penny.
You son of a bitch.
Look out, guys.
You shot my friends!
Penny, I think he's shooting at us. You gotta pay attention. Oh yeah, he missed me. You couldn't hit the bright side of the board.
Gotcha, Penny.
Oh, Patty. Patty, why?
You're shaking, Penny.
Oh shit.
If you want to, you can spend a Benny to get rid of that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, spend that Benny.
Otherwise, you can roll a spirit roll at the start of your turn to get rid of it.
I think my spirit's not great.
Come on, girl, you suck it up.
My spirit's hard. I'll spend a Benny. Here, you distracted me and I wasn't looking and he shot me. Shut up.
I was trying to give you a congratulations. You're doing good.
All right, we're dealing cards. Top of the round. I'm going to say that James, as the start of the round, as you start heading towards, you start looking up to see what's going on. The Remington guy heads out to the door and he opens it up and immediately like catches a bullet in the head and just like falls over dead in front of you.
Oh my god.
As the,
Oh god.
as the darkness fades, you just see him catch a bullet and just falls over in front of you. It's your turn. You see in there. There's your friends. There's a bunch of unconscious and dead people inside the room. 2 gunmen and a woman in black towards the kitchen.
And the ship is on fire and water's rushing in.
But
Yep.
didn't do it. Wasn't us.
All right. James goes, "Holy fuck! What's going on?"
Watch your profanity.
We gotta get out of here. I want to see if I can grab some actual cash. These chips are worth shit. But
That's true.
let's run. And James is gonna like head for the stair. Where was the chip station? The chip caching area.
About halfway between the bars, like so, there are the four doors. On halfway between 2 of the doors on one side of the ship is the cashier station.
And is that
would
on?
be unconscious?
That's on this level?
Yep.
Okay, and that's away from the stairs heading up, I
It's about
guess.
halfway between you and the stairs.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, he's gonna. Yeah, that's what they're for. He's gonna make a mad dash for the cashier station and try to grab at least like armful of cash.
Okay, go ahead and roll your agility. See
Oh,
what you can grab.
no reason.
Okay.
All right.
You're able to grab a handful of cash, because all you have is a handful of chips, like you said, and you start running towards the door.
Yep.
Nice,
Yeah, he's not gonna take an action. He's just gonna run.
nice. All right, Penny.
I am going to shoot my gunman 2.
Do it.
Ugh. Oh no.
Alright, shoot gunman 2 again.
Do it.
Oh no. God.
That's it.
Nothing.
Damn.
Before Thaddeus goes, y'all notice that 3 of the people whose throats were slit start to raise their heads from
Oh no!
Oh shit!
and grab sort of whatever was next to them. In many cases, like forks or knives or like platters of food, and just grab them as like bludgeoning weapons and start turning towards you all. They're pretty slow, so they start lumbering towards in your directions. But we're gonna have 3 zombies added to the mix.
Somber.
So next up, Thaddeus.
All right. I shout to the one gunman that heard me, and I say, "Yes, that's right. That's right. $1,000 to the man that brings me her bonnet." And I'm gonna do a persuasion check for him. And yeah.
That's on top of a raise from last time. Or a double raise from last time.
Yep.
Triple raise.
Noted. Do you want to be moving at all?
Yeah, I'm gonna start crawling out of the room, and I'm gonna try to crawl toward the steps to the upper deck, but keeping my head down amongst the tables and such.
Nice. Cynthia is going to look around and say, "Shanksy, darling, why aren't you with me?" She lifts out her hand, and you see this mote of energy kind of like swirling around it, which sort of like wanes in power, and she focuses, and it pulses back up with power, and she says, "Shanksy, you're still my spirit." And
That can't be good.
She lets the energy swirl around, and she lunges forward towards Thaddeus. She says,
"Oh no!"
She says, "They're still my hirelings," and she is going to fire a bolt.
Thaddeus.
You, Thaddeus.
Oh, nice knowing you.
Thaddeus, I think you're gonna. Oh god.
Hey, just a normal hit.
No.
Normal. Oh, that's a great sign.
Explosion.
All right.
Oh!
All right. So this bolt slams into the side of you, Thaddeus, as you feel this withering pain. You feel your skin and bones just sort of like drying and shriveling up along the side of you. She is going to cackle vehemently, and I need everyone to roll a spirit check.
I don't want to do that.
Do it.
I don't feel good about this. I feel great about this.
Good. So far, so good.
Night terrors.
Guys, this is the first time you guys have encountered otherworldly energies such as this. She flings this dark bolt of energy. It flies at Thaddeus. He kind of like flips and flies and sort of sprawls out prone in front of the stairs that go up towards the main deck of this ship. You can tell that he is just struggling and groaning with pain. The first time that any of you have seen energies of this type, as you see her visage just like sink into this demonic, skeletal almost visage of like hate. You all passed your spirit check and passed your fear check.
Yeah.
Next up is Gunman 2, who is loyal to her. He is going to say, like, "Holy shit, Ms. Reynolds." And he is going to fan the hammer.
Oh, why? Don't do that.
Blam.
Because he's got it, man.
Minus $12 tax. Got it.
Is it really?
No, I have no idea.
You get -4 for your shooting penalty. But you get to roll 6 shooting dice along with your wild die if you have it, which he doesn't.
Oh god.
So he gets to roll. He's going to fan the hammer at Peter.
Why?
because you haven't been shot yet.
He was just beginning to love. Oh God.
Peter.
How many
Whoa,
hits is that?
whoa,
That seems like a
whoa.
lot of hits. Oh
So
Jesus.
there's a lot of misses. Boom, miss, 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 miss. Yeah, so he oh, I actually. So I said Peter, but I accidentally rolled it at Penny.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
Yeah, I
Well,
saw my name pop up a
that's
lot
karma.
of times.
So you got hit with a raise, so you get to roll. Wait, no, I have to roll my damage against you. Just one stuff.
What is happening? No!
Oh, no. Penny!
That's a lot of wounds.
So you can roll a edge. You can spend an edge to roll your soak.
Any bennies.
Penny. Sorry, Penny.
So Penny,
This is why Jim was all alone.
You and says,
It's all coming together. The backstory's coming together.
I got you, lady. I'm fans the hammer. Penny kind of like, most of the shots missed you, Penny, but one of them catches you real bad. So you are now essentially
Dead.
dead
Essentially dead.
behind the counter. You have three raises on you. So yeah, you have 3 wounds. You're kind of like prone behind the bar. You dive and dodge most of the bullets, but
My
you
dying
guys
words.
here. Yeah, sure.
My dying
You're
words.
not dead yet, but you are. You are.
But you're gonna
You
die.
you are going to die. There's room for RP.
Peter.
Hi,
Peter,
Penny.
play dead like that time you did when the grizzly bear was mauling you because you tried to feed those berries to her babies.
No, Penny, I'm gonna kill that lady like the time that bear kind of hit my face a couple of times and then the donkey. It'll be fine. I'm gonna avenge you,
She's gonna kill you, Peter.
and we're gonna go out together.
Oh man, Peter, it's your turn.
I'm gonna pull out my guns and I'm running in and I'm aiming at her now.
Her or the gunman too that killed your sister?
I don't know. Peter's pretty dumb. Let me think. I think he's smart enough to realize that she's the ringleader.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna go after her. I'm gonna shoot once at him, and then I'm gonna shoot once at her. That's how I'm gonna do it.
You sons of bitches! I'm coming for you, and I'm bringing hell.
And I'm gonna shoot. Once at.
Oh God, there's zombies.
Gunman, which one? 2?
Gunman 2 is the one that shot your sister. Cynthia is the one that is sort of leading the whole thing. Got him.
Gunman 2. I'm calling you out.
All right, he is shaken. So you shoot, and he kind of like dodges off to the side. You see him scrambling to like ready his weapon again, but he still seems to be up.
Fuck. Where the hell is she? Oh, there she is.
Oh no, it went wide, but I'm gonna spend a penny and I'm gonna re-roll it.
Yeah, get it.
Don't you fail, you son of a bitch. No! I'm just shooting. The first one hits, so the second one I'm emptying a clip.
Sure.
It's going wild.
That's
So who'd you hit? Oh, you shook the gunman. That's right.
Yep.
All right. She kind of dodges back around the corner of the kitchen, like that goes back to the kitchen galley, and the shot kind of goes wide. She seems okay. 3 of these zombies sort of start sauntering over towards the team. One of them seems to be standing, or 2 of them are standing between the stairway and you. James.
Get out of here, James. You
And
have
the
to
third
live.
one. So Zombie and Zombie 2 are standing between you, but they can't quite get to you to attack yet. Gunman, who's the one who is sort of like not sure. You've got a lot of raises on him so far. He's
Come on,
Man,
do it.
Was he expecting zombies?
What the hell? He's gonna shoot one of these zombies and
Yeah, coming.
let
Call
fly
you Ted.
With a shot.
The dead.
Oh yeah, come on, Ted. Yeah, keep it going. Yeah, Ted.
Boom! Takes out one of these zombies with a shot to the head. And dealing cards.
Oh, did I really get an ace?
You got an ace.
Oh, I'm immediately going.
Nice.
I'm gonna. Is that gunman still alive?
Yeah.
Gunman, regular gunman's the one that shot the zombie. Gunman 2 is the one that shot your sister. And he's shaking.
I'm shooting him. Why are you rolling? I don't like what you're doing. I'm not feeling good about what happened there. What is that? What are you doing? I don't like it. Am I still shooting him?
Oh. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I clicked the incapacitated version for Penny.
God damn it! Stop rolling shitting! That's better.
There it is.
Load.
Yeah, explode that die.
Nice. So you take down the second gunman.
That's what you get for taking out my sister.
Oh, that's not my voice, but I can't remember it all of a sudden.
Oh, it's up here. It's up in my nasal cavity.
What's that look like?
I'm just running towards him and I'm emptying a clip. You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Nice.
A couple of bullets off my gun because I just shoot wildly after I take him out.
Nice. So the regular gunman's looking around wildly like, what the hell's going on? And he shoots at one of the other zombies that's between him and the stairway, and he kind of heads your way, James, where he's just trying to get to the stairway to escape with you. That's the regular gunman. Penny, do you have let's take an action. You want to take it? You're dying on the floor, but you can take an action in -2 if you want.
Shoot him. Shoot everyone.
Sure. You're kind of like behind the bar a little bit where you dove over it with all the bullets on the side of the bar.
I'm gonna shoot Cynthia.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one I'm feeling it. No!
No.
Fucking -4.
Shoot Cynthia again.
Sure.
Come on, this is the one.
Nope.
-8.
No.
Oh,
Jeez.
So you fire off a couple of shots, your hand's just wavering. There's not much strength left in your body as you fire a couple times more and just can't get through. Do you want to say anything?
She says, Peter, avenge me. Also, there's $800 in my pocket.
Oh shit! I'm gonna get that in a moment.
All right, James, what are you doing?
So James has been in a number of different capers, and some of them have not gone exactly as planned, but none of them have really gone this far south. So he's just kind of panicking. He's never felt like he's really lost control like he feels in this situation. So he's just shouting. He's like, "Run, everybody, get off the boat!" And he's just booking it for the stairs.
Nice. All right, Thaddeus, what are you doing?
Okay. I'm going to. He kind of gets up groaning, and he's going to shout over to Cynthia. And I'm going to say, I'm going to taunt her, even though I don't have the taunt skill, so that would be on skill,
Sure.
right?
Yep.
I taught you.
Well, let me roll first. How many bennies can I use?
As many as you want, man.
Oh
Alright,
shit!
let's see what happens here. Alright, I'll use one.
Come on, you got this. You got this. It's bound to be a 6.
Come on.
Come on.
Not rolling great.
Oh no.
Come on.
Oh, so
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of say, "You foul woman, you evil woman," and I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna slowly try to crawl toward the stairs again. Whore of Babylon!
Oh, he's going biblical.
I'm gonna say she is gonna split her dice pool, or she's gonna attack twice. So she's gonna attack at -2 towards James as she fires off another bolt
Yeah, James.
in your direction, James.
don't do it. Don't do it. Gonna miss. Oh no.
Oh, that's not good.
James
That's
has to
one.
live.
Raise.
Hit with a raise. James, you have to live.
She's gonna roll her damage against you as she says, "Shanksy is mine."
Oh. Oh no!
Oh, jeez.
How many
You're dead.
raises have you gotten?
All right, I'm rolling good.
Taken.
All right, so you're blasted in the black, and you kind of like tumble up the stairs onto the top deck there, James, as you feel this heat of like this numbing energy on your back, sort of like staggering you and making you struggle to get your feet. The second attack is going to go towards Thaddeus, as
Oh,
Cynthia is going to shoot in your direction.
Oh.
Goodbye, old chap. It was very nice meeting you.
Come on, you got this.
Oof.
I mean, it's just, regular hit. How bad can it be? It's gonna be bad.
You're bad.
You gotta
Oh, there it goes.
All right, so you're stumbled to the ground as she like fires 2 bolts with her hands. One of them flies up the stairs, hitting James, knocking James out of your sight, Thaddeus, as another one knocks you to the ground to the foot of the stairs. At that, you guys see the fire spreading along the around the bar as you see some of these kegs starting to like crack from all these shocks of energy firing around. And with that, I'm going to need James, roll me your acrobatics.
Come on, James, you got this.
Agility, that's the one.
Agility.
Or athletics if you have it.
Nope. Agility's better.
All right. So Thaddeus, what happens as you see these kegs lighting on fire around you?
So, he kind of gets thrown back, and he turns around, and he sees James struggling to his feet, and he just kind of leans up on his chest a little bit, and I'm dead, right? I'm dying. I'm gonna die. I have 3 wounds, so this is what happens. I have 3 wounds.
Oh, you have 3 wounds. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're dead. You're dead.
So he leans up just on his chest a little bit and says, "Good old Jim, young Jim, honest Jim." And then he looks at him and he raises his eyebrows and goes, "Take them for all they're worth, son." And he turns around as the flame just kind of crawls up his body, and you see him start to scream as he just writhes on fire, just completely caught in the flame.
Nice. All right, Peter. Do you have any last hurrah you would like to do while the lounge around you is going into flame? Your sister is down there bleeding on the ground, and you see this woman firing black bolts of energy around her.
Yeah, I'm gonna run over to my sister as I'm just emptying guns and then reloading.
Sure.
I never thought we'd go out like this. Here, where everything ends, among the fire and the guns. And I think you're dead already, but I hope I Always liked you. You were my favorite sister.
You're not dead yet.
Your only sister, you jackass.
You're my only. Oh God, you're still alive. Well, I'm
With
pretty
that-
sure we're gonna die.
With that, the kegs of rum and whiskey sort of explode around the outside, and water rushes into the building, filling the whole room up with water. Those of you who are still alive, which is you, Abe, that are able to swim,
Oh God, the water.
This is my worst
This
nightmare.
was my fate. God no.
Shoot him, Penny. Shoot him with your last breath.
James dives off the side of the boat, landing into the cold water of the Hubson with a splash as your wounds kind of fade to black about you. The next thing you remember, James, is a voice in your head, a feeling more like a voice saying, "Let's play a game." And then you feel a gasp and your hand pushing through the earth as you pull yourself out of a shallow grave alongside of the Hudson, where you are buried alongside all of the other dead that were buried in the wreckage of the
It's called a kumquat.
carnivorous kumquat.
Jim kind of boosts himself up on the side of the grave, and he kind of spits out some of the dirt. He's like, Mr. Fane, I don't feel so good. And that's it.
Yeah. You in the back of your mind, on the periphery of your consciousness, you just feel this this toothy smile of this skeletal face just sort of grinning. And you get the feeling, no words, but saying, "I'm not Mr. Fane," fading into the back of your consciousness.
Oh shit.
And that, I think, my friends, is an origin story for Honest Jim.
Yeah.
There we go. That's
Touche.
good.
That was a good one.